welcome everybody to the Sports F.A.M. podcast.
Yeah, here we go.
I can't hear the intro music, so I can kind of hear it through your
without headphones.
That's right.
Today we have a very special episode. The one, the only Jared, our bracket winner from March Madness.
Let's go!
Hey! Welcome, Jared. Welcome.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, guys. Thank you.
How does it feel to be a champion?
You know,
Got to do this. Sorry, man.
Oh,
it's like a real
my
pot.
fault.
There you go.
My
You're
fault.
good. You're good. We want to hear you.
It feels like I was born for this. Not gonna lie.
For this exact moment. Like this being on this podcast or winning the March Madness bracket?
All of it.
Yeah,
all of it.
He was born for victory all the way around.
All that was missing was the post-game interview, suit.
That's kind of what this is.
That is true.
It kind of is. Yeah, it's true.
He's wearing a great uniform for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
shout out.
Another champion.
Yeah, shout out the new kids on the block, our league volleyball team.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that? Like, help me understand the new kids
Our
on the
league
block.
volleyball team.
Nice.
That's just it.
Champions.
That's the tweet.
Nice.
Fall intermediate Cincinnati Rec Center champions.
It sounds
Nice.
less cool when you explain it, but
There's a lot of
just
titles.
leave it at.
It feels less and less important with every title.
Let's just leave it at we won something.
Yes.
But it
Champions.
felt
I like it.
impressive.
Oh, it felt great. It felt awesome.
It felt
Yes.
great. So,
Anyway.
anyways, welcome, Jared.
Anyway, yeah.
Welcome, Jared.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna have a good time this episode. We're gonna talk some more about
excited.
the March Madness
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I've been
Get
so
in-
pumped for this.
Get into the draft.
Mhm.
The things I know Grain is so excited. I'm gonna set a 2-minute timer when he
NFL
starts
guy.
talking.
What
ready to go.
happens if he goes over the time?
We
Automatic
each
flag?
slap him.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
We'll have our guests do that.
Jared,
Wait. No.
Jared
All right,
is
that's good.
definitely stronger than both of us combined.
Dude, Jared
so
would knock me out, dude.
I'm a
He
professional
would be
slap
on
boxer.
the floor.
Jared is a slap boxer. Anyways, okay,
great.
so getting into Jared, our wonderful guest that we have today.
Yep.
So we have something for you, a little
Yay.
gift from all of us. Here, I guess you can just open that.
Thank you.
Yeah. We want to just congratulate,
Yes,
right? Again.
as a congratulations to Jared
Yes.
for winning this.
Yay!
I can't wait for him to eventually be disappointed.
Jared Bracket Magic Majancic. I love that.
That's sick.
That's
Yeah, that's
sweet.
awesome.
And
Did
Jared,
we spelled your last name right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I have to be totally honest. So last episode, Grant, I was like, "How do you say your last name?" Because I have never heard it pronounced ever. And he was like Majancic, and I was like,
I hope
okay.
I'm right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then the episode starts, and I just completely forget. So I just said Jared. And I've just been rocking with that because I do not know
It's
how
like,
to say
hey,
your last
buddy.
name.
Or you just keep saying
When
buddy
you
over
don't
and
know
over again.
someone's first
What's up,
name.
man?
Hey, bro, what's up?
The thing is,
I
like,
don't know
I
what it is.
probably could have gone my whole life without knowing how to say your last name and been fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most
But-
people don't. Most of the time it's like Jared Ma, and I'm like, it's me.
Yeah, it's.
That's
I guess
awesome.
it, picks
Cool.
you apart from the crowd, which is good in some ways.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
Yes. Yes,
You're well
congratulations.
deserved. Yeah,
for
you
being a guest on
rocked
the show.
Florida
for
all the
winning.
way through. That was pretty
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So getting into you, Jared. So list like your favorite like sports teams, like the teams that you root for, like NFL, NBA, MLB, college. Like what are like the teams that you
NRA,
root for?
TSA.
IRS.
Oh,
I don't like any.
No one's a fan of. There's
I
no
tried to
teams in
avoid
that
that.
league I'm a fan of.
In-game.
Allegedly.
So for NFL, I became a Patriots fan back in like 2008, back when it was a dynasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When it
Wow,
was cool to
okay.
be a
The
Patriots
golden
fan.
Tom Brady
Yeah.
era.
Actually, when it was
Okay.
not cool to be a Patriots fan, but
Yeah,
it was cool
everybody
for
hated me.
Patriots fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up idolizing like Wes Welker pretty much.
Oh,
Oh
dude.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's what got me into
Underrated guy.
football.
Okay.
NBA, I'm a LeBron guy,
Mm.
so you get a lot of
Respect.
hate for that.
Yeah, you're in the
That's
right
okay.
crowd. though.
Yeah, you're all right.
We love LeBron here.
Yeah, we're LeBron
Yeah.
fans.
It feels like that's how most of the USA is, except for like small parts. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's
Yeah.
true.
It's
Yeah.
And they hate him.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
hard not to like appreciate the guy though. I mean,
Some
good
people
grief,
don't.
Yeah, he's 40. How can you not though? Like, I just don't understand. Anyway, sorry. That's a whole nother episode.
Anthony Edwards
Exactly.
doesn't
That's a whole
appreciate
nother
LeBron.
episode. Yeah.
And I don't watch much MLB, but
Same.
I root for the Reds.
Yeah,
Whenever
same.
they're on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you
boat.
watch them when they're on, or just no?
I'd prefer to go to a baseball game
Yeah.
as compared to watch
Same.
it on TV.
Yeah.
I think it's most people's opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as compared to like a football game, I'd be happy to watch that.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Other sports that I watch, not much else that I watch like on TV, but like I love to play volleyball.
Yep.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you? What's your like college team that you root for?
I root for UK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it-
Okay.
Do you root for UK just in basketball or in everything else?
I root for them in everything else,
Okay.
but I don't watch much college football.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, I grew up watching UK basketball like from when I was a young kid. Like my grandpa got me onto that. So
Okay.
cool.
Okay. I
That makes
I
sense.
can slide that direction then.
mhm.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, grandpa, like I get that. Like,
It's still not acceptable, but
I did the
It's
opposite.
a little
I-
bit.
Remember growing up, I picked every team you were a fan of and rooted against them.
I know.
yeah.
Why are we even doing this with you? I'll never know.
I know.
He's been a hater since day one.
I was, dude. What was the
It has
championship?
been.
It was Ohio State versus Florida, and like the championship in a basketball or no,
Football.
it was a football game.
College,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't Tim Tebow the quarterback?
Yes.
I mean, that's
And
understandable.
I saw
It's
Dad
Tim
was
Tebow.
rooting for Ohio State, and I just was like, "Go Florida,
Bro, like,
for-
what's
for
up with
no
that?
reason.
I chose to be
Anyway.
loyal to my father,
That's right.
and it
That's
got
okay.
me nowhere.
Now you're loyal to nobody. Now you're loyal
That's
to literally no
That's
team.
right.
Yeah, he did not raise me well.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so Patriots fan. Are you do you root for the Bengals, or are you just a Patriots fan diehard?
No, I root for the Bengals.
Okay,
like
cool.
hometown team. You
Yeah,
have
that's
to.
fair.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And right now they're doing way better than the Patriots are.
Yeah,
So,
that they're
That is
easier to root
true.
for
Although with the Patriots,
the
I like
future.
them getting like their new coach.
their direction.
Yeah, I think they got a decent quarterback. I felt like they did well in the draft. So
Well, wait, don't talk too. We got to talk about.
Okay, sorry,
We'll
sorry,
save that
sorry.
for the draft topic. But
yep.
okay, so what like growing up did you play sports?
I played a lot of sports. Man, how far back do you want me to go?
As far back as we
Oh,
possibly can.
Man,
The
'cause,
beginning.
Where's
Yeah.
the flashback?
No, we're not doing that again. We're not doing that again.
Yeah.
through grade school, I played basketball, volleyball. I ran track
Dang.
and
Long distance runner or sprinter?
sprinter.
Okay.
Yeah, never was good at running long distance.
Okay.
I'm not good at running at all, so you're better than me.
And
looks
yet,
supposed to
and
be
a half
yet you
marathon.
agreed to a half marathon.
Luke's training
Hey,
for a half marathon.
Can I do a quick update? For
I
you
guess.
guys on
Yeah.
how the
I was gonna. I
training-
wanted to ask anyway. So
A quick
that's good.
update. I haven't ran, so it's a
Just
really
in
quick
case you
one.
guys were wondering, still hasn't started.
I ran
Yeah.
once like 5 weeks ago before I left for Sweden, and that was it. So
Well,
going
okay.
great.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Anyway, okay,
Yeah.
back to you. Yeah.
And then in high school, I played volleyball all 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I played football my sophomore year, and that was it. But also throughout high school, I shot like competitive sport shooting. So
Really?
Wait, like with like rifles and like ski and stuff like that? Or
I,
like,
I shot trap. Yeah, with shotguns.
Yeah. Wow.
Yo,
really?
dude.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's
Dude,
awesome.
I love
That's
that.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They offered that as a competitive sport in high school, or was this like a kind of a club team kind of thing?
It was through a club team.
Okay.
Okay.
But we got people from all over. I shot at Fairfield Sportsman
Okay.
over there. Yeah.
Do you
So
do well? Did you?
yeah, I'd say I placed 4th in Ohio 1 year.
In Ohio? What?
Dude, that's crazy.
That's awesome, man.
That's insane.
I-
Dude, you're just like so humble. Like, yeah, I was fourth.
Yeah,
I mean,
in
it's
the state.
whatever.
Fourth in the universe.
Fourth in the galaxy.
I mean, you got to think though. Like
I was the American sniper. That's about me, actually.
My real name is Chris Kyle.
It's real about Jared. We give him this little mug.
He's like, cool.
Thank you for saving our country.
I know. Like he's on the front lines. He's rescued us all. Here's your mug.
The man receiving a
Thank you
Purple
for your
Heart.
service.
The man's receiving a Purple Heart. Here's a mug to show our appreciation.
And we're applause. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, sorry.
I just don't want to
Anything you're not
understate
good
that.
at.
No, it's like I love the hype up, but it's like in my mind, it's like, okay, there's a couple hundred people in like Ohio that probably shoot. I mean, yeah, okay, that's
Still pretty
that is
good.
pretty darn good.
You're trying to
Dude,
downplay it.
so-
It's still amazing.
You're trying to downplay what you're doing, and it's coming off better every time you add a detail. I'm like, only a couple hundred. A couple hundred.
I would have been happy with 4th out of 4.
Just the fact that you competed is cool enough.
I missed and shot 3 trees.
I shot 3
Dude.
people.
That's awesome.
That's the craziest thing is it's so it comes down to like literally one shot. Like you
Yeah.
can like if
Wow.
you miss one, you drop probably like 20 spots.
Oh,
That's
dang.
really
Yeah,
crazy.
it gets very competitive.
Mm.
It's a huge mental game.
That's
Because like you
That's
miss
kinda
one,
sick.
it'll just ruin your whole confidence and
So
everything.
what age were you when you were competing? This was in high school, so like
yeah, I was probably 15,
man, dude.
14, 15.
That's crazy. That's
I now
awesome.
feel infinitely safer than I already did with Jared.
Wow, so you did that. What else in high school?
I played
Volleyball?
volleyball all 4 years.
So is that like a club as well? Or did your high school have a guys team?
That was a guy's team. That
Wow.
was at high
Yeah,
school.
you
I
know
don't
what's
hear that
crazy?
often in high
Ohio
school.
is actually a pretty big, like volleyball, like men's volleyball is pretty big for
Yeah.
Ohio.
Hmm.
Unfortunately,
Really?
my high school didn't do it, but
Yeah, I
also
don't
my
remember.
high school
Yeah.
That's
That
great.
doesn't
I love that.
count.
Cool.
So
I feel like it started to take off in high school more. For me, after I graduated high school
Yeah.
and like towards the end of college, that's when I felt like it was really on the rise. Now, obviously, some teams were doing it because obviously you guys had it, but and, like you and I are like the same age, but like we did not. I feel like it was not nearly as like popular
Yeah.
until like I was, at least as far as like men's leagues around my age group, until like I was halfway through college, and then it really started to pick up more, at least indoor.
So where did you go to high school?
Roger Bacon
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
over in St. Bernard.
that's cool.
Wow.
Where's that
That's awesome.
located?
So what
again?
other medals have you have you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what are you not good at? Like, it
yeah,
Well,
give us that list.
My, I guess
doesn't exist.
I can't think of anything. I'm just good at everything, actually. I have
Yeah.
no weaknesses.
Yeah.
actually the like farthest we got, we went to the Final Four in Ohio, like the state championship.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went to the Final Four.
volleyball?
Volleyball?
Yeah, D2.
Wow.
Dude,
Man can't stop coming top 4 and stuff.
That's crazy.
awesome.
I know.
Wild.
I
Man.
didn't get to play, but I was on the
Oh,
bench.
really? We
We'll
should
cut
get
it
Jared's championship shirt somewhere. Like,
I was gonna say we're just gonna give you all the trophies that are down here.
we're just gonna have Jared stand in the
Just take
background
it
of every
all.
episode now. It's like
That's
with a
so
crown
cool.
on his head or
Yeah.
something.
That's
Wow,
really cool.
that's
That's
awesome, man.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
That
awesome.
That one was rough though. We should have won.
Really.
We should have at least went to the championship game, but we
What happened?
we won.
They didn't let him play.
Well,
obviously.
that is actually exactly what I thought sitting on the
Really?
bench. Because we lost the first 2 games, and then we won the next 2 because it goes to 5.
Yeah,
yeah, best of 5.
3, and we get to the 5th game and we're up like 13-8, and their stud player goes up and serves 7 straight to win 15-13.
Oh, that sucks.
That reminds me kind of what Varun did to us a couple times
that's
this past week.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could jump from the 10-foot line and hit like middle. He was insane.
Dude.
Crazy.
Did he like get anywhere, like college and?
I have no idea. I don't even remember his name. He went to the sales.
He's
I
not.
don't- That's about it.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you played libero, or what did you
Yeah.
play? Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you played libero.
Yeah.
That's what you told me. Mm-hmm.
Up until senior year.
I could see you as a
And I
middle.
played- And I played outside.
Do you want to give a brief explanation for our listeners who don't necessarily know what a libero is? Like in 2 sentences, what would you describe a libero?
It doesn't have to be in two. Just you can
Yeah,
just describe it.
describe
It's
it.
just
Describe it.
The
Grant just
person,
makes weird rules for no
Hey.
reason.
Yeah.
the person that comes in for the middles to pass in the
Because
back
middles
row.
can't pass. He's the back row specialist. He's like he's covering everything. So basically, any ball that gets dropped short, the libero's there. He's supposed to be the passing specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He
The
holds
most
the back
athletic
line
person
together.
alive.
Yeah, the most athletic, the best looking, most handsome player plays libero.
The libero.
He actually came fourth in Ohio in that competition
Yeah,
too.
the person who can only get fourth in Ohio in shooting.
Fourth in Ohio in most handsome
Yeah.
man.
I was fourth in the most handsome libero contest.
Most handsome libero contest. It's a nationwide thing.
Oh my word, dude, that's so cool
That is
though.
really
That's
cool.
pretty
I
cool.
love learning that stuff.
So,
Yeah.
out of like all the sports you played growing up, what was your favorite?
Good question.
Mm.
Well, good thing he's not asking you, Dad.
Yeah, I know. No kidding.
I would say it has to be volleyball
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But man, trap is a lot of fun. That's one of those where it's like you the only person that I can blame is myself.
Yeah.
Like I can't
Yeah.
get mad that like anything's going wrong. Like
Mhm.
the fate is in my hands. So
Yeah, which is kind of. I mean, I think we're kind of talking about like chess in a similar vein, where it's like it's a huge mental sport, where it's just like if you have confidence, I think you do really well. But like
yeah.
if you don't, then like you get in your own head. And again, it's just you
If
versus
you bring mashed
pretty much.
potatoes,
Yeah.
you dominate the
I was gonna
competition.
say.
Did you eat any of the? What do
Eat
they?
the-
What do they?
Dip
Do
the
they call them
bullet
traps? Is that
in
what you shoot?
mashed potato.
Dip the
They're
bullet.
they're the orange clays.
Oh,
Yeah.
the clay
Yeah.
pigeons.
Clay
Yeah.
pigeons,
Clay
yeah.
Well, like my dad, their grandpa, like is really good as
Yeah.
well, and he loves
He loves
trap
guns,
shooting
loves
so much
shooting,
fun.
yeah.
And it's I've done it a few times with him, and I agree. It is so much fun. I'm not good at it, but it is a blast. It is so good. You guys have
yeah.
actually done it too
I
a
think
little.
Mom
I
might
hit
be better than
nothing.
you.
Mom is better than me at it. Mom's better than me at everything.
If Jared came fourth in the state, I came dead last
No.
in the
I didn't
universe.
even participate.
I didn't hit anything.
He didn't even get a participation award.
I
Yeah,
showed
no.
up, I held the gun, I pulled the trigger, and I
Yeah.
hit air.
That's crazy.
all
Do
I
you
did.
still go trap shooting at all?
Not often. No,
Yeah.
not really.
Okay.
It was like a thing that me and my dad got into.
Cool.
Hmm.
That's
And,
really cool.
Yeah, I think my biggest achievement was beating his first score that he got.
Ah,
my first time.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I hit 4 out of 25, and he's like, if you hit more than 4, that's really good. I go up, I hit 6. I'm like,
Let's
Eat it, Dad.
What'd you say was really good, Dad?
apples?
How about them clay pigeons?
That's great. That's good.
That's great. That's awesome.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We got to give some applause to
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
Didn't know we had like
I know. We have a superstar.
Superman
Yeah.
in our building.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's cool for
Superstar in
for
the
us,
studio.
like, because how long have like we known each other now? For like a year and a
Couple
half,
days.
maybe
Couple years.
Couple years. Has it been a couple
days.
years? And like I still had no idea that you did that. So that's really cool.
That
That,
is
like
really cool.
man,
Yeah,
learn
that's
something
awesome.
new every day. It's pretty sweet.
It's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Awesome. Well, Jared, now it's your turn to talk about us.
let's go.
I want you to go around, and I want you to
man.
say your first impression of each of us
No.
when you first met us.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
When did you first
Don't
meet
hold back
Dad?
about the
Yeah,
boys.
yeah,
I
I'm scared.
can't even remember that far back. I'm like
Wow.
trying to think because it had to be at volleyball.
For sure.
And
Do you guys remember meeting
Yes.
him for the first
I
meeting him
I
for the
actually
first time?
do
I
remember
think
the
I
exact
do.
first time I met Jared.
I think Luke had time to prepare.
Yeah, okay. That's true. Hold
That's
on.
totally
Luke
true.
knew
I
ahead of
actually
time
didn't
what we
think
were
about
talking
this,
about.
but
so,
I
yeah.
can talk about the first time I met Jared, and my first impression of him is when
Okay.
we used to have a indoor volleyball like group that would just play, and it was actually like it was with Michael, Josh, and then like some people from our church, and we would play, and that's like where I first got introduced to indoor. And it was one of those times where we were playing, and you just came up and were like, "Hey, like, do you mind if I like join in?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's like totally." And like, I was thinking, "Oh, like I'm always worried when people. I'm sure you're the same way. When people come up and say, "Oh, I know how to play volleyball," it's like, "Do you really know how to play volleyball?" And so Jared comes on and Dude, he gets like set the ball and just hammers the ball like harder than I've ever seen a ball hit in my entire life. And I'm like, holy crap, this guy is amazing.
I don't think I know how to play volleyball anymore.
I don't think I want to play volleyball
I was
anymore.
like, this guy is insane. And I remember just being like, that guy
That's so cool.
That guy probably looked at us and was like, "These guys are chumps." And then he comes in and is like, "Let me show you how it's done."
Please say that's what you thought.
No, I do remember the
I
time
agree.
he's talking about. But I walked up and I was like, "Okay, they're playing volleyball. I want to play." And I sit down and I look over. I'm like, "Shelby?" And
Oh, yeah.
because I'd met her
Yeah.
before,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize you guys were all there.
Yeah.
So, man,
Wow, he just.
I'm
forgot.
so sorry. There was just
No,
so many new
It's okay.
people.
Don't worry
That's
about
There
it.
okay.
were so many new people that
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
like, I barely even remember anything that happened.
That's totally fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But man, the first time I really got to like know you guys though, man. Oh gosh. This is where having a bad memory does not help you
It's okay.
at all.
It's okay.
It's all
He's so used to
good.
the trap shooting to where he's like, a bad
Yeah.
memory is good. Just forget the mistake and just move
Yes.
on.
Yeah, just move
Yeah.
on.
That's totally
okay,
fine.
man.
Don't worry
no
about
vision
it.
worries. No
next.
worries.
Move
Well, maybe
on.
better is what do you think of them now?
That is true. Yes.
Oh man.
These are a couple of studs we have here.
Aw,
Great
awesome,
guys.
dude, yeah.
I think they can
Man.
tell you're lying.
That's right.
We actually have a lie detector hooked up to your microphone right
right.
now. It's going.
Oh, that's what these are.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's right.
My heart rate's gone up.
Yeah.
Say something nice about us. Just
Yeah.
freaking out.
No, you guys are amazing. Like just getting to know you guys has been an honor. So
Oh, we feel the same way about you.
That's
Thanks,
cool.
man.
I remember I saw you and I was like, I want to be that guy's friend. And now here we are doing a podcast together.
Go figure.
I
you
work
guys have
like that,
finally
though.
arrived.
I work
You're all
like
doing
that,
a
though.
podcast together.
I'm always
Yeah.
like, dude, that guy seems so cool. I just want to be his friend so bad.
it's crazy because literally probably from the first time we talked, I know that me and Grant would talk about sports literally
Oh,
for
yeah.
hours sitting at the gym or just at volleyball just talking.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think the thing that bonded us was fantasy football.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
we
Yeah,
both love
for you
fantasy
two, for
football.
sure.
Love that
I
forever.
remember we were in an Applebee's and we needed AJ Brown to get under like 11
I
points.
remember you telling me.
And we're
about
like, there's no way it happens. And then it does. And we're like, yes.
I was literally at a gas station looking at my
Checking
phone,
the stats.
and then the game ended. I'm like, Luke,
we did what? We did it.
That's so great.
Yeah,
I
that
love
was
it.
a good time.
That's
I
good.
don't think I remember the first time I met Jared because I think there was just like when I interact with new people for the first time, I'm usually like for the first time, I usually am like keep to myself. I'm kind of shy, but like unfortunately for Jared and everybody else, after I warm up to them, I just don't shut up ever. But I just remember we were playing. I think we were just playing volleyball, and we kind of just had this group where it's like we all just start like seeing people do cool stuff, and then we go, yeah, so and so or whatever, and then Jared started doing like, yeah, Jared. But then I also started like running into because I saw like some of the bonds some of the people I knew had with Jared. I was like, oh, he's got their approval, so like he's a cool dude. And then I got to know him, and obviously like Jared, I consider one of like my closest friends now. But one of the things that I think we just kind of just started running into each other at the gym all the time. And then I specifically remember us not being able to decide if we were going to fist bump or dap for months. We couldn't figure it out. Oh, and we couldn't do it. It's every time I was like, all right, man, I'll see you later.
Sometimes we still don't have it right. Sometimes we still mess up.
But we hit a sweet spot for the longest time, and now it's like we still screw it up.
That's so funny.
So,
That's good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, I think my favorite, one of my favorite things about Jared is the best hype man
Yes.
ever. And so, like, when we were playing, like, League, and, like, I do something mildly okay, Jared's like, yeah! I'm like, okay, it was good. Yeah, Jared
That's
makes me
great.
feel like the best volleyball player of all time.
That's so great. Well,
Yeah.
I will say that as their dad, they speak so highly of you, and I appreciate the impact and friendship you have with those
Hooligans.
Those numbskulls.
Them people, man.
Those
Careful.
guys I have to call sons.
Watch it.
But seriously,
So
man,
what was
I
your first
appreciate
impression
it.
of Dad 2 seconds ago when you first met?
We actually,
Did you-
yeah,
did
do
you-
you
we
remember?
met each other
We met at
before, right?
worship night.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we met there, and then like, was it waiting for the restroom? I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're in the
Iconic.
hallway. Yeah,
dream
waiting for the
meetup.
restroom.
This guy's bladder's on a good schedule.
That's right. Dude, I like him already.
Too much
We
water.
were in stink. We were in sync.
We were in sync.
No, I said stink on accident.
That's better.
Yes.
Stink. It's just Justin Timberlake and their new band when it's not good. Instinct.
Instinct. That's right.
Instinct.
Oh man, that's great.
Cool.
Just looks back
Yeah,
and
good
just
job. Good job.
Too long.
All right. Well,
Great.
moving on.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now to talk about why Jared is here, other than being our good friend. March Madness.
Yeah.
What was your secret ingredient? Like, what did you know that none of us knew?
You have to look at the stats.
Did you,
Stats guy.
did you really like?
I did. It was very generic.
Sure.
Mainly just shooting percentage, top 25 wins versus
Okay.
losses.
Dude, he did his homework.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
When it got down to like the Elite Eight, you had to like look into who played who and see how many times they won against each other or if they even played each other.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like more thought than I've ever put into anything in my entire life.
I told you I was grinding to get on here.
Bro, some of us
it so bad.
Bro, some of us over here are like, a Wildcat would beat a Scarlet Knight in a fight, so I'm gonna pick
Dude, that's
them.
impressive though. That's good. I like that. I appreciate that.
No hate to anybody who picks brackets like that, by the way. That's
Yeah.
a totally valid
No,
way
it's
to do
not.
it.
It's not. It's probably better
Okay.
than some other ways, but
But I like his way of going
What is-
about it.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
legit.
probably
Well, yeah,
more.
he won, of course.
Yeah,
It
I
makes
know.
sense.
Yeah.
The only thing that I did like not go based on stats was Duke losing to Houston. Or
Yeah.
I don't even know. I think I had them losing to Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay.
Another-
Oh,
Yeah.
I also picked Tennessee in the final. I forgot. You and I both had Tennessee in the Final Four, and we both got disappointed because
Yeah.
Houston won.
I had
Oh,
Duke winning it all.
Me too.
I had Florida winning it all.
Yeah.
I think my wife did. She fell out of the bracket, but
Yeah.
I was like, supported her.
Yeah.
That's what I
Dude,
did.
that's great though.
Yeah, and
Florida went on a generational run.
they did.
They did.
really
Yeah.
did. That was a great team that they had.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, considering that I think his name's Clayton. So
Yeah.
he was scoring like 30 points a game, and then the
college,
championship
that's
game,
insane.
I think he only put up like 10 or
I was
something.
gonna
Yeah.
say he didn't have a
Mhm.
great championship game.
Yeah,
But, man.
but that team was just so good that it didn't matter.
Clayton's a point guard, right?
And weren't they behind in most of their maybe not most of their games, but several of the key games they were behind
Yeah.
and came back to win.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
man.
sure all of them, like from the Elite
Really?
Eight.
Yeah. Okay.
So did
Yeah. I thought
you
that.
did you watch like I'm sure did you watch most of the games?
I watched a decent amount of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was like your favorite game that you watched?
Oh man. It felt. I'm sorry, Grant. It felt good to watch Duke lose.
No, don't be sorry.
Yeah, you can't be,
Be
sorry
happy.
here.
Well,
No,
okay, to be fair,
can't be sorry.
I'm happy. There was a secret part of me that was like, if Duke, like, I was kind of rooting for, like, when Jared was near the top of the bracket, there was a part of me that was like, man, it'd be kind of awesome for Jared to win and get on the podcast.
Yeah, we were all kind of
I
feeling
was-
that.
I
We
was
were all kind of
okay.
like, dude, that'd be sweet.
While I was bummed my bracket was like ruined, I was like pretty pumped it meant Jared.
Yeah,
got to be
that's
on the
cool.
podcast. So I was like, all right, I'll take that. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It was either that one or there was one where Florida was down like 17 or something at the half, and they ended up coming back.
Yeah.
And I was like, honestly, all of their games were exciting
Yeah.
to watch. Like they all came down
Yep.
to the wire. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't just watch the first half and then turn it off.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You
that's-
had to kind of focus in. I feel like more than just that. There were a few games, like I know a lot of people actually were kind of disappointed with this year's March Madness because it's so easy to predict.
Like
in
4
a
1
sense,
seeds,
Not
right,
to
in the
take
Final
anything
Four?
away from
Yeah.
what you did, but like, yeah, exactly. Like a lot of 1s and 1 seeds were like all in the Final Four. But like there were still some games that were really impressive. Like I remember watching the Duke versus Arizona game, and like Duke wasn't playing super great, but like it's still Duke, and then Arizona's still taking it to, and it was a close game for a while, and there were still some really exciting games this year.
I have a
even if
question.
you
I have a
didn't like the
question
way it
for
turned
you.
out.
Being a UK fan, was it difficult for you to choose Florida over UK, another SEC team, Or what? Were you just going all in?
yeah.
I'm going all in on just winning this thing. I don't care.
Loyalties don't matter.
Yeah, loyalties don't matter.
I went all in on
Okay, just victories.
victory,
Winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
because I had UK losing to Tennessee.
Okay.
I think that was the Elite Eight. I think.
I think you're
I
right.
think you're right. Yeah.
And because UK had already played Tennessee twice that year,
Yep.
and they won both times. But then our point guard got hurt, and I was like,
Yeah.
those were already close games. Like, we're probably not gonna come back from that. So
yeah.
Mm.
I was like,
Wow.
I have
Man.
to do it.
Well done, dude.
Yes,
well
Way
done.
to put your
Congratulations.
Well
put
done.
your loyalties aside for the sake of the
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, man.
You can't do
It's
that
impressive.
in fantasy or tournament challenges.
There was only one game where I was like, man, I could play college basketball, and it was the game where Clemson scored like 12 points in the first half, and I'm like, put me out there, I'll shoot it from half court.
I will put up 12 points
Yeah.
by myself.
Myself.
Yeah,
That's right.
I will outscore the team.
I believe in you, Jared. I think you could have done
Yep.
it.
And
Yeah.
you've seen me at the rec.
I have seen you with the rack. You
Dude,
put in the work.
I'll be upstairs lifting, and Jared will. So Jared, like his workout routine when he was still working out at the rec center was like I would come in towards like the end, or like towards like the back half of your workout, and then he would go down and shoot hoops, and I'll be doing like bicep curls, and I'll just see him like draining like
Dude.
3-pointers.
He's
And I was
good.
like, dang, okay, this
He's
guy
good.
can shoot.
Wow.
Yeah.
We are
I see
amongst
you.
the
I see you
ballers.
from upstairs.
We are, man.
In every
I'm
We're amongst a
impressed.
impressed. I'm
baller, a
impressed.
shooter, a libero,
Yeah.
it's everything,
Man, everything.
A dog.
Bro. An absolute dog.
That's great.
Dog.
So what was I unfortunately didn't get to watch any of the March Madness games, and I really didn't get to follow it a lot because
Missed
of
out.
being in Sweden. So like, what was like the biggest upset this year? If I mean, I know there wasn't a whole lot of them, but like,
I mean, McNeese went on a
Yeah,
good
that's,
run.
that's true.
they beat. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that beat Clemson.
mm,
So that was like a 5-12 seed. Which
Okay.
I think was good.
Yeah.
Man, there really
I
weren't.
don't, wasn't
much
there a
upsets.
10 seed that made it to the Sweet 16?
Oh, Arkansas, yeah.
yeah,
With
That's
John
true.
Calipari.
Arkansas.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right.
Arkansas went on a pretty good run.
Yeah.
I don't know
they
if that's
beat
too much of an
Kentucky,
upset with
which is
Calipari,
crazy.
I
Yeah.
know.
What's that?
They beat Kentucky,
but Arkansas
Yeah.
which is crazy.
in the regular season, they didn't play him in the tournament.
Yeah.
They didn't play him in the tournament.
No,
I
because
think
UK
so.
lost to Tennessee in the
Oh.
in the
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
I'm just so
I'll
out
say
of
this.
it.
I think
That's okay.
Arkansas lost to Houston.
Yeah,
And
I think you're
Oh,
right.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
But you know, they lost to a
A
top two
really
team.
good
I thought
Yeah.
the play-in games were maybe some of the more exciting games of the tournament.
Yeah, I didn't
Actually,
watch
the
any of the
first
play-in
4
games.
in or whatever it is. Yeah, those were good.
Mhm.
Cool.
Anyway,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's all I had on March Madness.
All
Again,
right.
congratulations to Jared.
yay, Jared!
Well deserved.
Woo!
Very
Yeah,
well
yeah,
deserved. It would have been a shame if you're like, I just picked whatever felt right.
I know.
just
I'm
didn't
glad
even
you did your
look,
homework,
and
man.
just-
Well, your percentage was like
Dude, he had like
96.
Oh, I know.
I
It's
looked
crazy.
it up. I looked it up. It was like 96.7%. That's insane. It's crazy.
It's crazy because the bracket at work that I did was even better.
That's
Really?
nuts.
I had Houston and Florida going, and I had Florida winning.
What?
Like
So,
I had
what was the
6 of
percentage?
8. It was like an Excel sheet that they
So it
made.
wasn't-
So it
okay.
wasn't-
Okay,
I didn't do the math.
It didn't do the math,
but
yeah.
I
Did you
had-
get fourth?
Did you win it?
No, I won that one.
Did
yeah.
you? Well,
I would hope
dude.
so.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Jared
awesome.
might have to be banned from the next bracket challenge we
Mr.
do.
Mr. Bracket Magic
Bracket
himself.
I know. He's too good. He's too good.
That's good. That's awesome, man.
That's crazy.
Cool. All right.
I'm
Well,
having you pick my bracket next year.
transitioning now to something that happened this past weekend
Yep.
was the NFL draft.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Which I think was a really exciting draft. There was a lot of wild things that happened.
There were
the
a
It
few.
was very
I-
interesting.
I want to go around, and I want you to just say your favorite, Grant, your favorite one pick of your team this year.
Oh, of our team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm starting?
Yeah.
You're not going to give me any time
Nope.
to figure it out?
Well, maybe we should. But I just don't want to give you enough time to think and then talk so long. So I just want,
Yeah,
I just
no,
want you
that's
to
fine.
talk about it and go.
Okay, if I have to pick one, weirdly enough, I didn't love the Bengals picks of day 1 and day 2, but I liked what they did in day 3. And so they had already drafted a linebacker in round 2, but I liked them getting another one in round 4. This guy that I had seen a lot in mock drafts, his name's Barrett Carter from Clemson. pretty high ceiling guy. From everything from like the guys that I typically watch about him, he's a very good, just a very solid linebacker. Could come in, maybe start, but maybe not year one. But like Al Golden, the defensive coordinator, was a linebackers coach, so I respect them wanting to double down on the linebacker position, especially with Jermaine Pratt requesting a trade. He's probably on his way out. So I like the Barrett Carter pick and the picks that came after. I feel like they just drafted everybody around later than they should have been up to that point. Like everybody that was there in the first 3 rounds, they could have gotten around later. But Barrett Carter, round 4, I think was a great value for the talent they got. So Barrett Carter, linebacker out of Clemson.
Cool. Yeah.
Love him.
Dad?
I guess the first thing that came to my mind was I love the pick of the Ohio State running back.
Yes.
I thought that was a great
Quinshon
pick.
Judkins,
Yep,
right?
Yep, because I feel like Nick Chubb's he's been injured. I don't know if he's coming back or not, but I just think that's a good, safe pick.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, I think he's going to be good for a while if he can stay healthy. So that was probably, I know we're just doing the one, so I'll say that pick. Although I loved what they did.
He's
in the first
bigger
round.
back. He's the bigger of the two big, the back. Like
yeah,
he's the
more the
Nick
power
Chubb
power
built
runner.
type.
Mhm.
Yeah, see, I think that fits the scheme really well.
Agreed.
I loved that pick when I saw that.
Yeah.
I think we were at beat-ups when we saw that.
And I love
all of us
Ohio
were like,
State,
ooh,
so-
that's
Yeah,
good.
it was a match made in heaven.
I love it. Yep.
Perfect.
It's
Cleveland,
great.
Ohio State.
Yep.
All right, Jared.
Great job. Happy for you.
I would say the other Ohio State running back that the Patriots
Yeah.
took.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so happy
Trayvon
with that.
Henderson.
Yeah, because when they were showing his highlights, I was like, he's got some burners on him.
Yeah,
He does.
He's
He's
quick.
quick.
He's quick.
His
Yeah.
comp is Jameer Gibbs. So
That's
Really?
good.
Yeah.
That's a good comp.
yeah. So
Yeah.
high
And you
hopes.
know who Quinshon Judkins' comp is?
Nick Chubb.
No, David Montgomery from the Lions.
Interesting.
Dude, you just yeah.
Sorry. Anyway.
Hopefully he doesn't
No.
get as injured as much as
Yeah,
David
anyway.
Montgomery. But
Yeah,
anyway.
But I mean, because like obviously that left tackle from LSU that we took.
Will
for-
Campbell.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Campbell.
I mean,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
a dog.
Obviously, that's
Wasn't he
a
the
good pick.
highest rated left just tackle in
Yeah,
the
in the
draft
draft,
this year?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Yeah,
Great
seeing that stat that he hasn't let up a sack in 24 games was like,
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's got
In the
high hopes.
SEC
Huge
too.
for Drake
Yeah,
May.
yeah,
pretty good.
That's good.
Huge for Drake
Good
May.
resume.
Yeah, very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right, Luke.
So for my team, the Broncos.
For this year.
Your adopted
by-
team.
Yeah, I think my
Roulette.
favorite pick was R.J. Harvey, the running back. A lot of running backs.
Yeah, there were.
The running back out of Carolina State, Central Florida. Nope,
Yep, good job.
as it started with a
Totally
state, that's all
off.
I knew.
But anyway.
I had to pull it up because I was like, I'm
Carolina
pretty sure it's
State?
his name.
Nope, different
but,
state.
they need a running back. They don't have good running backs, and that was like one of the biggest needs. I think besides tight end and wide receiver, I think that was one of the biggest needs. And so getting a guy like R.J. Harvey in the second round, I think was also good value. I think he definitely is probably at least a top 3 or 4 running back in this class, which I think is a pretty
R.J.
good,
Harvey?
Yeah, which is a pretty good running back class already.
Top 4, dude?
Yes, dude.
Okay. Ashton Genty.
All I
Marion Hampton.
asked is my favorite draft pick. Okay, I don't listen.
I just think top
tell
4.
me what the people tell me to think. Okay,
Scattaboo, like I could name
Scattaboo.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. There's like
Scattaboo.
6. I could name 6 running
Scataboo,
backs
Scataboo.
better.
You say
Caribou.
tomato, I say tomato.
Caribou.
You say Scataboo, I say
Scattaboo.
Scataboo.
I
I
would
think it's a good
say
pick.
I think top 4 is pushing it. But anyway,
top 5.
Grant Kuiper Jr.
Got him. Anyway,
Hey,
Who was
he
the
gave
number
the
one pick?
he gave the Browns an A+ in their draft.
yeah. Okay, so talking about the Browns draft.
Oh yeah.
dude,
Crazy draft all around.
It
You
was,
take
it
Dylan
was.
Gabriel in the 3rd round. You
Yeah.
take Shador in the 5th round.
Yeah.
And I want to highlight on Shador. What happened to Shador? What happened with the Shador slide?
negative aura.
I don't know.
Like, what was going on in those interviews?
What do you think, Jared? Do you have
was
a
he
thought?
beating people up? Like, what happened?
I don't know.
He was attacking everyone.
daddy issues. I don't know.
That is a good one. I think that's, yeah.
Daddy issues.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've just seen so many
That's-
memes. It's
Oh, me
like
too.
So because like I've also heard it's like, do you think he's gonna be like a prima donna pulling up? But now I don't like. I feel like that would have been more relevant if he went super early.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now
Agreed.
I think he's gonna be like, okay, I have to.
I got
grind
something to
for
prove.
this.
He ate a huge slice of humble pie
Yeah.
Yeah.
on draft night, and then, actually, the 3rd draft night.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to see because, I mean, after like rounds like 2 and 3, I was like, so no team wants him.
Yeah.
So I honestly didn't think he was going to get drafted.
I read something today that's I forget who it was, but it was somebody that had talked to several execs from different teams, and there were a lot of teams that didn't even have him on their board.
Yeah, like just don't draft him.
Wow.
They just weren't even gonna just consider him at all, just because of either they felt like he had a just in the interviews, almost like I forget, can't think of the phrase or the word, but just
arrogance,
kind of an air, almost like an entitlement kind of a thing. Like we just don't want this around, and we don't want the fanfare that's going to come with it.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So anyway,
it's like
I don't know
Ball all over again.
Yeah, but to Jared's point though, I did hear that someone say if you're going to get him and you get him in a late round, he's gonna, even if he doesn't pan out.
It's not a bust.
It's not a bust.
It's just
at this point. You got him in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, it's kind of a no risk thing at this point.
Yeah.
And if he is who some people say he is, the best quarterback in the draft,
Mel Kiper.
he's probably the only one that thought that. But
yeah, dude, he is the only one.
I think he's the only
that.
one. But there were others that had him as a 2nd or 3rd round.
Yeah,
third round pick.
It was not ridiculous to have him as like a quarterback 2 or 3. Like I think that was very reasonable. And honestly, like. Yeah. Most people had him quarterback 2 in this draft.
I think he fits a Stefanski offense anyways, which is really like it's precision, it's timing, it's accuracy, it's like...
Doesn't have to be the super deep passes.
No.
Is he... Do you think he's going to play this year?
I don't...
He's competing with...
I don't think so.
He's competing against the guy that got drafted 2 rounds before him.
But listen, this is what somebody told me. They said, listen, because of the 4 quarterbaks that you have, anything that happens this summer in camps,
Watson.
They got Joe Flacco.
Right. Anything they have tradable people now. So like if there's a team that goes through training camp and your quarterback gets hurt or your backup gets hurt, man, you're calling in the Cleveland Browns because you've got Dylan Gabriel, who's arguably, the best college quarterback there has been in a while.
Agreed.
With his stats and everything.
Yeah.
He's smaller. But he's like a Baker Mayfield, Drew Brees-ish kind of guy. So anyway, that guy was saying, the guy that I was listening to said, anything happens to any team that with a quarterback, you're going to call the Browns because they've got 2 young guys that potentially could be good. You got Joe Flacco. I don't know if the Browns would want to get rid of him. So anyway, but we'll see.
I thought
he's the starter. I think he's the starter.
He'll be week 1 starter.
I didn't see the whole thing because you know how people love to use headlines that are just clickbait. I saw a headline that said, Joe Flacco potential retirement now with the Browns taking Shador.
No, he'll be week 1 starter.
He's
just a headline.
He's a vet that you need in the.
He's going to teach all the young.
Yeah, he's the mentor.
I could see him being the starter week 1. Joe Flacco.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100% will be.
Yep, I think the guy on the that's going to be gone is Pickett.
I think so too.
Poor Kenny Pickett. Dude.
I know.
Yeah, he hasn't
thrived.
Proven.
No,
so it's just
he's got a Super Bowl ring for no reason.
Crazy. Anyway,
went to the most stacked team
Fun
in the
fact:
league.
he was the first quarterback taken in his draft class.
He was.
Who was in his draft class again?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
That should tell you how bad the draft class.
Yeah,
but the Steelers were like, out of all the quarterbacks, we want him.
Yeah.
And did you see the prank phone call?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, I was like, he took that very well though.
He did.
I agree.
He did.
Which is weird because, considering they're saying that he was entitled in the interviews, it's like he handled that so well. You wouldn't think that he would be like that.
Yep. It was what you saw in his response didn't seem to be consistent with what you were hearing GMs and all those people were saying about him.
Yeah.
Even his tweets and everything, all about I'm just thankful for this. Yeah. Thank you for Cleveland for the opportunity. Thank you God for this opportunity.
Yeah. He gets drafted in the 5th round. He goes and jumps in the pool celebrating still. When he
none
was
of it was came across to me as a kid who
knows he's full of it or whatever.
Yeah, or thinks he's which I'm sure he does think he's the best, but when you're in sports and professionally, you need to think you're the best.
Yeah.
But also need to realize that you have room to grow and work.
Yeah.
I think as long as he attacks it like that, then I think he should be fine. But it will be interesting to see because if he does succeed, he'll be the first quarterback really taken in the 5th round to succeed in NFL history because all the resumes of the quarterbacks that are taken in the 5th round are not good.
We've had quarterbacks
Well,
in the
that
fourth
in that
round.
specific round,
Okay.
you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm
in the
talking
fifth
like
round.
Tom
'Cause you
Brady.
have Tom Brady,
Tom
sixth
Brady.
rounder.
I'm
Four,
just
right?
saying
Brock
Was he round
Purdy.
4 or 6?
In
I was thinking
specific-
Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. Took his team
Yeah.
to a
No,
Super Bowl.
I'm just
I
saying
mean,
in the specific fifth round.
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah, I
not-
heard that too.
Quarterbacks that
yeah.
draft in the fifth round typically are not very good historically. Actually, only one of them has made a Pro Bowl ever, and it was only just one time.
who was it?
Sam Bennett, I know, knows this question.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Sam Bennett,
Sam
the guy
Bennett.
we know as a friend who
Yeah.
works.
Sam probably could have made it as a Pro Bowl in the 80s or whatever. I could see him. He's a little undersized, but that's kind of how they were
Yeah,
back in the day.
it's true.
Doug Flutie.
Did you give your pick that you like? Oh yeah, it's the running
Yeah,
back dude.
What was his name?
I don't know.
I'm
Harvey.
RJ
something.
Harvey.
Yeah, R.J. Harvey.
Yeah.
Sounds like an
Philip
insurance guy. RJ Harvey. I don't know why. I think
It's
that.
just Steve Harvey.
Harvey, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds like a.
I don't know. Like,
It's me, R.J. Harvey, here to sell you a hermit crab in the box.
call me at
Hermit
555.
crab in
I
the
don't know.
box.
I was thinking about selling things, and I thought of the beach when Brady kept buying all those hermit crabs, and
I don't know. RJ Harvey.
showed up R.J. Harvey,
Yeah.
You're,
Anyway.
salesman of hermit
Harvey
crabs.
needs.
Was what came into my
Yeah.
head.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
it'll be. Obviously, I think now if anything, I think it helped him way more than it hurt him to be drafted that late. I
Agreed.
think
Oh yeah,
Totally.
He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder now.
the pressure to succeed is less
Yep.
from other people, but then you go in with a greater motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think again, you're at rock bottom, and the only place that goes up. You know,
Yep.
which I think is a good place, especially for someone like him who was coming in with all like this pomp and circus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You kind of need a place where you can really just like, I don't know, like, you know, not have a bunch of fair surrounding you and just kind of do your own thing and go at your own pace. Because I mean, he's a rookie, and rookies aren't, I mean, always great and need time to develop. So, and I'm sure he will definitely need more time to develop. So yeah, I think that I could see him becoming an NFL starter one day. I don't think it's out of the picture at all, but I think I just really don't see him getting much playing time, if any, this year. Because if you're going to play anybody, you're going to play the guy you drafted in the third round. So, which is
They were very impressed with Gabriel.
yeah, I like that pick for them. I mean, I do and I don't. I do because I think it's a good quarterback for them. I think especially with the trades that they have made to get more first round picks next year, and I think next year is a heavier QB class.
Yeah.
I think I'm glad they didn't take. I mean, I'm especially glad now they didn't take Shador in the first round or the second round.
Yeah.
And they kind of waited because I think that if they could have a chance to get like an Arch Manning next year,
I know. That's
I mean,
what
One
you
they got a
absolutely
first
have to
round
take
pick
it.
through that trade down.
That's
with
kind of
the
what I was thinking they were
Jaguars.
going to do. Like, they were in their minds, like,
just like we're
dude, let's
tanking.
we get an extra first round pick. We can move up. We can get the quarterback
you can build
next
your
year.
team better.
Yeah.
Like you get
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
defensive tackle, one of the top
And it's-
rated
I think
defensive
the first round pick
tackles.
too they drafted this year was
Mason
good.
Graham's a solid
Yeah.
player.
What do you? I want to go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I don't know, because even it's like, I guess you got to take him at that spot though, because
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
potential to be great is because like
True.
honestly, he has a chance at least starting at Cleveland too.
Yeah, I
Right,
think
that's
so.
true.
Yeah.
It's not out of the picture as compared to like if he went to like the Eagles, he's definitely not starting.
Right.
Or like
No.
the
Like
Chiefs or
there's a lot of
anything
teams
like
where
that.
he's definitely not starting.
Right.
So,
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So at
Yeah.
least he landed in a spot where he had
There's
Yeah,
potential to do
point.
really
I
good.
think
Yeah.
the Browns is a good location for him. I think honestly that was the best. I would say the best landing spot for him because I think the pressure is not on him to be a day one starter, and then you also I feel like get, as you said, like a chance to actually start because they don't have a franchise QB, so someone needs to step up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
My
you seem
only
sighing and stuff, so I want to talk
my
about that.
only concern is with Cleveland.
Mm.
While I do agree. I think there's an element to where I think with what Jared said, sometimes they go through so many quarterback issues in Cleveland. He's probably going to start.
Sometimes
at some
that's
point.
all we go through.
That will lead to my second point. But like he's probably going to get a chance to start some games at some point. I would venture to say I bet sometime this year he might get a chance to start unless Joe Flacco does what he did last time he was with them. My concern is there are some franchises where quarterbacks go to die. Other than Baker Mayfield, no offense, Dad.
None taken. It's true.
It's rare to see a quarterback
Spitting
have
bars.
success in Cleveland at all. Now, again, Joe Flacco, but he was a waiver claim. Like he came in at like he had already proven that he was
he's not. I mean, they're not a. I would say they're not a quarterback factory.
No, they're not.
They're not a place where they can, develop quarterbacks into becoming, really, really good. In
True.
fact, I think they hinder, like a Baker Mayfield, they hinder their development. So
Well, they traded him after the 1 year he was playing through an injury, by the way. But I think that's the only thing that concerns me is like Cleveland has not shown, other than the couple good years they had with Baker, that they can develop a quarterback. And again, Stefanski's the only one who's shown that he sometimes can. So maybe this is the time to try it. But I also am just like, he is probably going to get a chance to start at some point. I just don't know if I just have to say, because you said Cleveland could have been the best landing spot for him, but it also could have been the worst landing spot for him.
But I'm saying
him or the Jets, honestly. Jets do the same thing. They're horrible.
like for the point of he has a legitimate chance to become a starter, yes.
Okay, yeah.
And
from
I think
that
the team around him, I really don't think this Browns team is that bad. I really think they're really just a franchise quarterback away from being a good player.
I agree.
I 100% agree.
I
a lot
really
of their
do.
O-line was hurt, wasn't it, last year or the year before, and that hurt them a lot.
The wide receivers are so, but like Jerry Jeudy has proven he can be a superstar.
Can he be consistent, though?
I mean, he
needs an opportunity to
He
show.
had a great season last year with the Browns.
He's from Alabama. He finally gets a chance. He's been hindered by bad quarterback play his whole life. He finally gets a semi-decent quarterback in Jameis Winston. He puts up so many yards.
Yeah.
He does great.
Yeah.
Semi-touchdown, semi-interception.
And I think,
Jameis
too,
Winston.
Major touchdown, major
touchdown. Major touchdowns.
Dude, it's the Jameis Winston experience.
I'm
really is
sad he's gone. He was great to watch, man.
I was kind of hoping he'd stay with Cleveland.
It was so fun.
Like, if you're gonna lose, at least lose in dramatic fashion.
He's in like snow angels after that
dude.
Browns Pittsburgh snow game.
Like I saw this one clip of this guy. He does like skits pretending to be like players or franchises, and he was pretending to be. This is before they signed Russell Wilson. He's pretending to be Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
and he's like, "What about?" He's like, "Malik, why are you excited? You're not getting it better." He's like, "Yeah, but at least James Winston's gonna pad my stats so much that I'm gonna look insane next year because he's gonna throw a lot of interceptions, but he's also gonna throw every single touchdown pass to me, and I'm gonna go nuts next year." So
yeah.
Cool. I thought that was
considering of how good a year he had with Daniel Jones.
I know,
Like,
dude.
I know.
It's gonna be insane to see him with a good quarterback.
I really think I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but if he is who he's shown he was last season, his ceiling could genuinely be the best wide receiver in the league for a season or two.
We'll see.
I want to say consistently, but I would not be surprised if he had a couple seasons where he led the league in receiving yards.
A lot of good
and
rookie
touchdowns.
wide receivers last year.
Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors.
I had all of them on my fantasy team. It was great.
I just want to say, Jameis Winston, if you're watching this podcast,
we
or
love
listen
you.
To the podcast, we love you.
We love you.
We would love to have you on this podcast.
as a Browns
if by
fan,
some miracle you see this.
As a Browns fan,
I'll tag
thank
him.
you.
I'll clip this and tag him. I'm serious.
Right.
I'll do it.
That's right.
That'd be great.
All right. Cool. That was good.
Moving
that was
on
good.
from
Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
I'm gonna eat a double. Let's go. That's perfect.
That's so good.
You guys, you on audio have to go to the YouTube video.
Yeah, you got to watch the video.
You have to see the video for
Sorry.
next video.
Yeah. That's so good.
Okay, so we're gonna go around and give our team a draft grade. Just that.
I was about to ask if we were
Okay.
gonna
Draft grade.
Okay.
Grant, we'll start with you. Keep it very brief.
It's hard.
Just
I don't want to even hear that it's hard.
I'd say
Just
C minus, ceiling of C minus because you took a lot of players earlier than you did, but I'd say B minus because some of those players have high ceilings.
Okay.
And if the ceilings are hit, it looks a lot better. So C minus.
Okay.
I would say B plus, A minus.
Yeah.
That range.
Yeah.
It's kind of where I'd go.
I would agree.
I'm going A.
yeah,
I would agree
for sure.
for the
I think
I
Patriots.
can't
had a
argue
great
with
draft.
that, dude.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Put the A in Patriots.
Yes, I
They
like
hit
it.
everything that they needed.
Yeah.
They
did.
I mean, some things I didn't even realize we needed. Like that running back, I was like, wait a minute, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. We have-
Oh, he's a great
Ramondre
fit for
Stevenson
them.
really isn't that great.
No, he's-
I think he could be good with the kind of compliment you got.
Agreed.
Right? Like
Agreed.
he's your power
Yes.
back, goal
Totally.
line, third down.
Totally.
Like, 30 yards guy, and Travion Henderson's
and he's
your,
a great
passing down
block,
back.
like
yes, pass blocker.
pass blocker. Yeah, too.
Yeah.
He's underrated in that.
He's
anyway,
very, very
I agree.
good.
Yep.
Okay,
I'd agree with that.
Love it.
I would give the Broncos a B. I think I liked the picks that they made. I think they really filled out their team more. I don't think any of the picks were I don't know, anything like, I don't think they reached anything. I think it was a very solid draft. I don't think it was like an amazing draft. I kind of wish they went wide receiver earlier. But I mean, other than that, like I mean, I'm glad with the running back they got. I think that their first round pick getting another corner is, I mean, to already pair with the
PS2.
Dude,
It was
shut down corners. Yep.
Jedi Baron. Is
Yeah.
that the guy who they got? Yeah,
Yep.
dude,
Yeah.
that's a nasty
And
combo.
I was a little shocked again that they didn't go wide receiver, but
I was too.
I mean, to get a guy like that to boost your secondary even more so than it already is, I mean, you're just making your team better, and like at the end of the day, you can't be too mad about that.
Yep.
So that's I would give it a solid B plus. So all right,
That's good.
cool. Yeah,
It's good. Good job, guys.
All right,
Good job.
congratulations, we did it. Grant,
job.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, good job, G.
It's because Luke, to be fair, Luke briefed me being like, "You're gonna get a timer for
I didn't
how
actually have
long
a
you are
timer.
allowed
Yeah.
to talk about the draft."
Yeah.
I'm like,
I just
okay.
knew the threat of the timer would be enough. So
That's good. That's good. Okay.
If you
Yeah.
let me talk more about it, I have so many thoughts on every other pick,
Can't
but
do
I'm
it.
going
No.
to keep it to myself. for
if
this
you
moving on.
really, really want to know more about it, ask Grant, and Grant will tell you
Yeah.
all about it.
I will
Not
tell you
on
what
this
I think about
podcast.
pretty much every
Put a
single
question in the
Bengals
comments
draft pick.
about
I think
the
if
draft.
I
I have
ever
so many
need
thoughts.
to go to sleep at night, I'll just call Grant and tell him what he thought of this draft, and then
It's
I'll
an
go
accounting
right to
sheet.
bed.
It's counting Grant's word count.
Yeah,
Talking about the
you've got to block off half your day.
I already got to do that when I talk to Grant. So
Sorry, Grandma, I'm not coming to dinner. Sorry, Grant kept me.
no, no.
and if she knew Grant, she would understand.
I will say, shout out to Jared. He is extremely patient with me when we talk sports, and I really appreciate it. So
great.
I give it right back. We just talk, and it could go on forever.
that's how we. That's
That's
one of
great.
the
I
things we
love
bond
it.
over.
That's
It's
a real brotherhood right
That
there.
is, man. That's great.
It's great.
All right, now moving on to, I think, the favorite segment of this podcast.
Okay.
This or that.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh,
I was like, we can't have a guest and not do a this or that.
That's
segment,
right.
So,
That's great.
We've had
Okay.
one almost every episode.
Yeah, I think so.
It's one of our most popular segments.
and do not
Okay.
worry, this one's not about food. So
Oh,
That
bummer.
was so man.
That was good.
That was hilarious.
I wasn't hungry when I made sure I wasn't hungry.
We talked
before I
about
did
food
this.
so much in our last episode. It was crazy.
Yeah,
You know Luke was
sorry.
Okay.
I
What
was.
is it, Lou?
All right, so this is a this or that of sports that we like to play. So sports that we like play casually.
Okay.
And whether we would rather play one sport or another sport.
Ooh, okay.
And so our first two
Okay.
is pickleball or tennis.
I'm going pickleball for me.
That makes sense. You are like that demographic.
Thank you.
Well,
Dang.
I'm also going
Yeah, I
pickleball.
was.
Yeah,
So-
Jared.
I think I am not athletic enough to play tennis. Pickleball is perfect for me because it's just like a smaller version of tennis, so it's less for me to run around. I feel like it's less difficult for me because I just think it's a simpler version, I will say, of tennis.
Okay.
It's easier for someone who's not good at hand-eye coordination to get into it and play. So I'm going with pickleball as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna say tennis here. I think if I'm good enough to be playing tennis in the first place, and I'm playing against somebody else who wants to play tennis with me, I feel like I would, as somebody who's super competitive and pushes themselves sometimes way more than they like to, I'm gonna pick tennis. I think it'd be fun to have competitive tennis matches. It'd be fun.
I'm saying like you personally.
Yeah, I'd still pick tennis.
So you say you're playing competitive tennis.
No, I'm saying if I of the two, I would rather play tennis than pickleball.
I would. What?
So are you competitive at tennis?
Yeah, are you competitive in tennis?
Probably not. No,
No.
I don't think.
I can tell you right now he's not.
Maybe in my younger years. I could have
actually-
tried.
He'd be out there for 3 minutes, be like, I'm done. I'm not playing this anymore.
Stupid game anyway.
Give me a volleyball.
playing
Give me a
pickleball.
volleyball.
We're going back to
So,
soccer.
That's
right.
a good segue.
Okay.
Outdoor volleyball, so either sand or grass, or indoor volleyball.
Oh.
Indoor.
Oh, man.
I think
Indoor
sand and
as
grass
well.
are kind of separate a little bit from
They
each
are,
other
but
to
I'm
some
just
degree.
putting them in
Yeah.
the same, just because I would also go indoor. I think, yeah, I feel like I like the fast pace of indoor. I like being able to hit bouncers. Not that I do, but the fact that it's
Sometimes you do.
possible is exciting. I just like the feeling of playing indoor more than sand or grass.
That's fair. I feel like the vibes are different for like sand though. Sometimes,
Agreed.
like
Yeah.
sometimes sand like is really just what you need.
Yeah.
Being out in the
It's a
sun.
good time.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
It's not
Yeah,
as
man.
competitive.
Yes,
like
it's not as
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah,
Agreed. And
but overall, I would definitely say indoor.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm the same way. There are definitely times like when we play grass, and I'm like, I just love the vibes. The vibes are great. You
It's a
know,
good time.
not a lot of people are super like don't care as much, but I think when indoor, a lot of people
We're
get a
just
little more
chilling.
intense. So
I never played.
you never play grass?
Never went to grass.
Oh, dude, grass is fun. Grass is like I would like a perfect balance between sand and indoor because you get the feeling of like sand where it's not as fast paced, but you also get the feeling of like you can still jump because it's like still like a hard flat surface.
Mhm.
But then you also can dive and it not feel super painful because it's grass, and then you
Yeah.
get
As
super
long as you're
cut
wearing
up
a shirt,
afterwards.
then you're itchy.
Yeah. Anyways,
Did you pick?
Oh no, I'd pick indoor
I'd pick sand.
for a lot of the same reasons that Luke picked indoor. I'd pick indoor, but
I'm
I
not
also
as
agree.
competitive with it
I
as you
also
guys.
agree with Jared. Like, I think there are some times where it's like, sometimes you need to play grass just
Yeah.
to kind of get out of the mindset
Yeah.
of like go hard all the time. Like, sometimes it's good to just play. Not saying you can't be competitive playing grass. We've had some competitive grass games before, but it's still like sometimes for some reason it's just the vibe shifts
Mhm.
and it's fun. But yeah, I would say indoor, especially because I have a limited. I feel like I can only play a limited amount of volleyball now. Like, I prefer to like use some of those. Like, I like to get
Spend
my
your time
I
doing
like to
that.
get my indoor in. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
guess part of that's just because that's what we've been doing a
Yeah.
lot of.
Yeah.
So maybe
Okay.
I'm a little biased.
cool.
And our league was indoor too. So
Yeah, I think
dope.
I think for me, like indoor is where I get to like, it is fun. I enjoy indoor a lot, but also I think for me it's where I get to like really practice, and work on stuff because again, like we've done like a league before, so it's like okay, this is where I want to get better like at playing indoor volleyball. Like I don't really care too much if I get better at like grass or like sand, but indoor is like where I want to like work on my craft and train and get better at some things.
Craft.
Yeah, not that I would call what I do a craft, but it's
We'll
something.
get back into it. You've been out. You've been out for 5 weeks. Give
Dude,
yourself some
I
time.
play-
Luke plays with crafts.
I made a house. Do you like
guys.
it?
Luke's playing with Legos on the bench.
That was my role
My
on our league
crafts.
team. I just played crafts and they put them up on their fridge. Do you like it?
That's
great.
Why am I envisioning?
All right, what's
SpongeBob?
next?
Next is ultimate frisbee
Ooh.
or frisbee golf.
Oh,
Wow.
Jared is in shambles.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
Jared is a
tough.
broken.
It is
man.
tough for me
so
too.
tough.
Really?
I
I would
think
go
so, too.
ultimate for me. I would go ultimate. I love ultimate frisbee.
I grew up playing ultimate frisbee, and I just recently started playing like ultimate or frisbee golf.
Really?
Mm,
Yeah, and they're both a lot of fun. I'd probably say ultimate frisbee though.
mm.
There's more going on. It feels more like running around. Like to compare, it's kind of like more like soccer versus
Yeah.
golf. You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
true. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. I would agree. I think I would also go ultimate frisbee. We used to play some frisbee golf
Mhm.
a little
Yeah,
while
it's
ago.
fun. I enjoy it.
And I do really enjoy it. But I think as far like I enjoy like as far as like a sport, I like enjoy running around more. So I would probably say ultimate frisbee as well.
Yeah, I would go ultimate frisbee. Two of my favorite sports are soccer and football, and it kind of feels like you're playing a
Makes
little
sense.
bit of that
Yeah,
when
makes
you're
sense.
doing it. Even though obviously it's like with your hands, but not with a football. I don't know. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's a good combo
It's
of the
fun.
two. Yeah.
It's a fun little. It's like football or soccer light. It's to some degree in terms of like it's got a little bit of both. I like it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ultimate frisbee.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Okay,
fun.
Yeah, cool. Next up, basketball or football?
To play or
to play.
Okay.
And like flag football, it can also be like flag football or just like
Ooh,
two-hand touch
yeah.
football, not just like full contact.
Yeah, full pads.
Yeah.
Hitting the weight room every day.
Getting clocked.
Getting
I don't.
destroyed.
Yeah.
CTE. All of it.
Oh man. I'd probably go basketball. Although I do enjoy like
Kevin Love.
Yeah, that's right. I do have a killer bank shot.
But only when you say Kevin Love before you shoot it.
True.
Wait,
For
did I
whatever
miss this?
reason.
What?
Yeah, because you don't like playing with us. You don't like to interact with your family.
It's because I suck. I'm so bad.
It is true. He is not very
I'm
good at
so-
basketball.
Okay.
Although
I'm
he has
so
hops,
bad
he
at-
can jump out of the room. And
Not anymore. He's put on too much
My
weight for
knee-
that. He doesn't have
Hey.
that cold. In a good way. You put on too much muscle.
Well, I thought that
He's
in
on
my
a cut,
knees.
ladies and gentlemen.
I am on a cut. I promise.
I would go basketball. I'd go basketball, I think. Although if it was flag football, man, that'd be tough.
I've never played flag football.
That's so fun. That is fun.
If they were both as equally accessible, I would go football.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I feel like whenever I played football, it's more laid back as compared to basketball. I feel like every time I play it,
That is true. Basketball people
it's
are intense.
so intense and they
Yeah.
get so heated about it.
That's a good point.
Which is
Everyone seems to have a chip
interesting.
on their
We need
shoulder.
to we need to get a little basketball group going. I was talking to Michael Ferguson about this the other day because
It'd be fun.
it was actually yesterday I was talking to him about this. We were playing basketball, we were waiting, and we're like, we need to get like some people to play basketball because it's fun. But like, I don't really like playing with people that I don't know because like they just get really intense and it just makes me.
But
feel
people at the
weirded
rec
out.
will ask to play with you guys.
Not if we do it on like a Saturday. Like Saturdays, like no one plays basketball.
Okay, either nobody plays or the most intense people in the world
But
show up and play.
we don't. They don't. If we like, if we get like even like threes, like they typically they'll want to like most of the people want to play with like the people who are already playing fives. If we're just running threes, not a lot of people want to play with us.
Maybe.
And it's like half court. No one really cares.
So what are you picking?
Oh my word! It's not even a question. Basketball for sure.
Really?
I
Okay.
it's funny because I used to want to play basketball way more than I want to play volleyball, but now I think I would probably rather play volleyball than basketball. But
wow.
I think it's because in basketball I know I'm
Interesting.
never really
That's-
ever gonna get better at it. Not saying I'm great, but it's like my
Kinda hit your
like
ceiling?
I have hit my ceiling. And
Yeah.
whereas volleyball I know
a
I can
decent ceiling.
improve. So when I'm playing it's like
It's fair.
I know even though like my team might not be winning or I might not be playing well, it's like okay, I can still like choose on things to work on and like say I'm not having a good hitting night, I can still work on my passing and stuff like that. So I think in volleyball there's more to achieve by playing than in wait, what did I say? Yeah, more volleyball, more to achieve in playing than basketball for me. But it is tough because I really enjoy playing basketball.
Okay. G.
Well, I suck at basketball, but I still enjoy playing it. I'm just bad at it, so I hate feeling like I suck. Just in general, I hate feeling like if it's a sport, especially like athletics, like I care about how well I do in sports. I hate feeling like I suck. Like
I wish you would have come to our bachelor party, Dad, when he was playing basketball with all of us.
Listen,
It was so funny.
I did not recognize myself. I was draining threes. I was
hilarious.
creating shots.
Why?
I
He
was
was not
turning,
creating
dude. I
shots.
did not know who I was.
He's just creating shots like he was doing like dribble, step back. Creating shots is he's open. People know he can't make it, so no one goes out to guard him. And he's like, he shoots it and he somehow banks it in.
Dude, there was a moment like where I can't. Michael,
I would have
and
loved to have
me,
seen that.
of all people, were trading 3-pointers mid-game, and I think like Luke is like, dude, what is happening right now?
It was
like
wild.
you fully expected Jesus to come back at that moment. Like the rapture had to have been happening because there's no way in a normal world I'm that good at basketball, but just for whatever reason, I played
It was
okay.
a good day for him.
It was a good
Well,
day.
it
I
was
felt
the
amazing.
only good day I think he's ever had playing basketball.
I have not
kidding.
had that good of a day.
So
playing
you would,
basketball
but
in
you would
years.
pick basketball over football?
But see, no, for the same reason of
What
like.
all the point was that? What?
We just spent
I don't know,
30
we
minutes
didn't
talking about your
well, we talked about
creative
how much I
basketball
suck at
skills.
basketball normally, and then Luke brought up his bachelor party.
If I was Steph Curry, I would like basketball better than football.
Very true.
I would
Very
definitely,
true.
I would definitely say football though, and
Yeah.
a lot of that has to do with when I was a little kid, I wanted to play so bad,
Yeah.
but like actual tackle football, and part of that was because in touch football, I was really good. It was really hard to guard. I was a great deep threat. I was very quick, and then even as I got older, I was really good at like making cuts and getting open, but I was never big enough
Sure.
to play.
Yeah.
And so for me, just playing pickup football was a way to be like, man, like if I was big enough, I would kill to be doing this for
Yeah.
real.
Whoa.
So I loved
Allegedly. In game.
in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love football, and I love playing quarterback. I love playing wide receiver. It's just a fun. I just love the sport in general too.
Sure.
So it's hard to not pick that. So
Yeah.
I would say football.
Fall weather is a great time to be playing like sports.
Outdoor
out.
sports,
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
So
soccer, football, all of it.
Yeah.
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 Oh, well, funny you bring that up.
Oh.
The next
Whoa.
thing was soccer
What a segue.
Okay.
or hockey.
Soccer or hockey?
They're like the same, but one's on ice and has a stick.
Are we including like floor hockey and stuff? 'Cause
Yeah,
that was
all terms
Oh, really?
of hockey. Yeah.
in PE, dude.
and all
floor
terms
hockey
of like
was
soccer, like
fun.
indoor foosball. What do they call it?
Foosball.
What?
Futsal.
Futsal.
Indoor foosball. This seems like the water boy. Like,
I'm
didn't
pretty
Bobby
sure I
Boucher's mom
called
keep calling it
indoor
foosball?
soccer foosball to a Brazilian while I was in
Oh,
Sweden. And
man.
I'm sure he
Oh
was
no!
so disappointed.
You're going to be
in
like,
me.
yeah. There's so many memes in Brazil right now of you.
Luke is
Me when
viral.
foosball. Just a picture of my face.
Luke is going.
Just a picture of the face that he used for the last thumbnail.
The one of you
Yeah.
next to Humpty Dumpty from Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went
We got to put
foosball?
that out.
Oh, we gotta. I might have
So,
to.
okay,
reshare
so
that.
it's soccer or hockey?
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, to play, not watch, right?
Yes.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I'd definitely go soccer. Whenever I put skates on, my feet hurt so bad.
Dude,
that's
same.
It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I can only do it for like 10 minutes at
Yeah.
a time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably go soccer.
I think
I
would-
understand it more.
I think if I could skate, I would probably choose hockey.
Yeah.
But because I can't,
I could see that. Yeah.
And plus, I've played soccer growing up, so I would. I also think I just think soccer's a fun
It
sport
is.
to play, like just casually as well. I think even people who like aren't super like, I think it's in a very rare group of sports where it's still fun to play, even if people don't really know how to play super well. Like it's still pretty fun to play soccer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll say soccer. I'm in an intramural right now with some guys that
Ooh,
like
what a flex!
are on that we play volleyball with, but they also play soccer. And man, like I hadn't played in years, so I am not nearly as good as I used to be. But I forgot how fun it is. Man, it's good. It felt good just put on some cleats and get on the
bet,
turf.
yeah.
Ooh,
Getting back on the
I
pitch.
forgot how fun that was. I got new cleats and I was like so excited, and then I got humbled so quick in my first game. Oh man, I got my ankles broken so bad. I'm not nearly as good, but it was still fun. I would say soccer. It's a great time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all going. I think had I had the ability to play hockey and I was like skilled enough for it, I probably would like hockey more. But because I don't, I'll have to choose soccer.
Hockey's a sport I would love to learn more about.
Yes,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, just it looks like a fun sport. Like, if I understood it more, and I know we've talked about this in previous
Yeah.
episodes, but anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
Jared, what are your thoughts on hockey?
I don't know. That's I mean, it's cool. I mean, I feel like it's different from every other sport because you can like throw down on the ice. and
It's legal to beat people up.
Yeah.
and they let it
That's
go until it gets too bad. And then they're like, all right,
Yeah,
all right,
all
you're
right.
done.
Yeah, that's true.
The refs. I wonder if the refs can
They
place
bet.
bets on the people fighting, and that's why they let it go. I got Gretzky.
Yeah.
$10 on Gretzky.
Man, that's true. That's an interesting thought.
Yeah,
Like, translate that into any other sport.
you can't.
Like
I
in
feel like
NBA basketball, they just
football
let them
tries
start
to hide
fighting.
it.
Well, it's funny, the comparison, people will be like, man, like, sports are so soft. And then, like, we'll be like, yeah, football's so soft, but, like, hockey's so soft. Meanwall, like, they're beating the crap
I
out
know.
of each other. Like, man, this sport used to be different.
Miles Garrett's swinging
They've gone
helmets into
soft.
people, and it's hockey
Hockey's like,
players
yeah.
are literally throwing hands.
You
Yeah.
get maybe
on
a
the
1
ice.
minute in the penalty box for that, but that's it.
Well,
That's
in the what was the hockey thing where the Canadians and they start the game and immediately throw the gloves
Yeah,
off?
the
and they
USA
just
versus
start
Yeah, it was like
Canada.
within seconds.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Immediately
Crazy.
just like,
Hockey-
all right, let's go.
I will say hockey is a lot of fun to watch. Even if like there's no goals, it's just fun because I mean it's very fast paced. People moving super fast and they're just
Yeah.
ramming into each other. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
And the fights are always fun. And even just seeing them like move on the ice is always just so impressive.
Yeah.
It's like I mean like the
I
thing
agree.
that they're able to do on ice skates is it's crazy. I think it's definitely one of the only sports where like movement. Like it's like a different kind of movement. So like mastering that kind of movement alone is like a whole. I mean, we have figure skating and all that as like a whole nother sport. So
Speed
it's
skating too. That's
like, yeah,
a whole other
like two
thing, yeah.
sports in one basically. You got the skating aspect and like the actual hockey like aspect of it as well.
That's true.
And to
I
your
didn't think
point,
about it
yeah,
like
to your
that.
point, like it's constant moving. Like,
Yes, yeah.
like usually in soccer, like if you're in, defense, you can there's a lull or whatever the ball, you get time to kind of settle. Even in football
Yeah, hockey
and
you can't do
NBA,
that.
whatever, you can just kind of bring it up the court. What you get time to, but in hockey, it just seems like it's constant pace the
Yeah.
whole time.
Absolutely.
So anyway,
yeah. Okay.
right,
Well,
cool.
The next one on the docket is bowling or golf.
Ooh.
man,
I did this one specifically for Jared. So Jared, you can start us off.
I'm a bowler for sure.
Are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I've been in plenty of bowling leagues.
What's the highest you've ever bowled?
269.
what,
Yeah, so he is good at everything.
bro? No
In case you
kidding.
were wondering, he is good at
I
everything.
have seen Jared bowl firsthand, and he did amazing, and he wasn't even trying. And I was like, I feel terrible.
Wow,
This
dude,
is
that's
amazing to
impressive.
be in his presence, but
269.
I
That's
feel
great.
awful about myself.
That was me on an off day. I felt bad. I literally was like,
Crazy.
I was like, guys, I promise I don't normally just bowl a 160. I promise I can do better.
bowling 160, and he's like, "Oh man, I'm not doing so hot." I'm like, "I bowled a 92,
If
and
I
that's good
listen,
for me."
If I bowled a 160, I would never bowl again.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I gotta leave on this high note.
I peaked.
That's right.
I want to
I'd
be able to
get
say I'm
myself
a, good bowler.
mug and give it to me.
I get my own mug.
I'd make myself
World's greatest bowler.
With the score on it.
yeah, 160.
Mark
Yeah.
Bowling
Bowled a
Magic
160
Jones
at Cherry Grove Lanes once.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so bowling, that's
Bowling.
easy.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one of Jared's awesome traits
Man.
that he does is
Yeah.
bowling.
Yeah.
Again, what can't this man do? It's crazy.
I like bowling. I like both. I like playing both sports.
Mhm.
Man, I don't know. I really like playing golf. I'm absolutely dreadful at golf,
Mhm.
but I like the challenge of it. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I'd probably go golf.
Okay. Do you know Grant?
Fun fact, I've never gone official golfing. Like I've obviously done like mini golf, which I'm no longer very good at, unfortunately, because I crack under pressure. I have done driving ranges. I love Top Golf. That
Golf
last
is
time we
fun.
went to
That
Top
was
Golf
fun.
was fun. That was great. We had a fun time that night. That was good. But I feel like my drive's gotten better, so I feel like if I played golf more, I could get good at golf. So I want to say golf. I feel it feels like a sport I would enjoy more, but I do just love going bowling sometimes.
Yeah.
So I will go with golf, but shout out to bowling because I love just sometimes
bowling
just going
gets
with
some
a group of
accolades here.
people or just with some friends or family and just going bowling. It's a fun
Yeah,
time.
That's true.
It's great.
Agreed.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. I would say I think I would like golf a lot more if I was good at it, but I'm just really not good at it. I like going to the driving range, but again, I just suck, and I really am not showing any signs of improvement. So I think golf is a lost sport for me. So I will.
Dude, I'm the same. You just described me. I mean, I don't play golf all that often, but I'm getting worse, and I'd
It's
still
like a
pick it.
sport where it'd be like, I think if I like got good, I would really like it, but like I would just never get good, and I would always be chasing something I'd never reach. So,
How often do you do it? Like,
dude, once a year maybe.
well, then
That's
there's your
the problem.
Okay,
That's the problem.
But like at like say Topgolf, we're driving, and I'm like, I look up. Listen. Here's a spoiler. I forget when it was. I think it was right after Christmas, right before New Year's. I went golfing. Well, I guess went to Topgolf. I don't know if you really call that golfing.
No.
I went driving.
Yeah.
I went driving in the golfing sense with my wife's family and some of their friends. I wanted to impress them. So I looked up like videos on how to like swing, and I was probably worse by doing that. Like I was so by like the third swing, I just forgot everything that I was supposed to be doing and just went for it.
He's Happy Gilmoreing and he's running up to the ball and swinging.
It's so embarrassing. Like it's so embarrassing. You know how embarrassing it is to have your like father-in-law just watch you miss the ball 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, that's the man my daughter married.
Get it off the tee.
Is he good? Is he?
He's good. Like he's good. I don't know how he's at actual golf, but he was pretty good at driving.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's just like he's another guy. He's just like he's such a dad. Like he's good at everything. He's just like I feel like he's just good at everything.
Yep.
So
What a dad.
He's a dad's dad.
At least you didn't like fall off into like the net or like launch the club.
I will say,
I've seen
I
videos
was
of people
worried
doing
about-
that at Topgolf and they swing and they go, whoop, and they just fall into
I was worried about like swinging my club into like another person. Have you seen that where they just like they fling their club like out into like the field?
Oh man.
Yeah, I was worried about doing that, but thankfully I didn't do that. Man. But yeah, I would have to say I would have to say bowling because I'm not very. Honestly, I'm probably about as good at bowling as I am at golfing. But I would say it's when I go bowling, I'm like, this is like it's fun to play casually. Whereas golf, I feel is a little more can be a little more serious.
Me and Luke's first question at bowling tends to be, can we put the rails up?
Yeah.
Then our scores go up dramatically.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, okay. And then the last one. Sorry, this has been a lot of this or that, but there was a lot of like good.
It's okay.
Shout out to my wife who also like thought of this
It's good.
idea and was like giving me sports and I was like, those are good. And she like kept thinking of more and I was like, these are good. I gotta keep going. These are awesome. So the last one is cornhole or spike ball.
Cornhole for me.
That tracks.
Easy.
You go. I'm still thinking.
I've never played spike ball.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
And
Really?
Like,
Interesting.
it looks like a lot of fun,
It's kind of fun. Yeah.
but man, I like cornhole.
I did.
Cornhole
Yeah,
is
man.
fun. Yeah, dude.
Something about just throwing a bag of corn just feels so good.
Onto a landing with a hole in it.
Hits the
Yeah.
board. Goes
The sound.
dunk.
Yep.
Dude, I like the when the dust like comes off of the.
Yeah.
You see the dust come off of the bag.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, that's America.
That's
America right there. That's America. I would say I would much prefer to play cornhole than spike ball. I like spike ball. Spike ball's a lot of fun, but I would say more so the environment of cornhole as well than spike ball.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna have to go cornhole as well, dude.
Wow,
It's
look at
a
us.
classic,
Wow.
man. I feel like cornhole you can have at more like. I'm not saying you can't have spike ball at casual events like barbecues and stuff, but I feel like when you're just like hanging out at the barbecue with friends, dude, that's a game you don't have to like work up a sweat doing.
Right.
Like spike ball, it's cool because it's competitive, but I feel like the setting that I have spike ball in, I'm usually wanting to do something more chill.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if there's cornhole, man, like, and like you guys said, like, dude, the sound, like Jared said, the sound when that bag hits the board or
It's true.
goes through the hole or just the dust, it's something just American about that.
I feel like something
Eat a
awakens in
cheeseburger.
you.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I could have crops. You know, like I could be a farmer.
What? I could have
Like this is what America was built off of.
Could have crops.
Yeah.
That's how you feel when you play cornhole?
It is not how you feel.
I could have.
I did grow up on a farm, so I mean.
Did you actually? I learned. This is awesome. This
Wow.
is great because I
This is
just get to
great.
learn more about you.
This is awesome.
But when you say farm, like, what kind of farm? Like just
we had goats and chickens.
Okay.
So
All right.
we had 32 acres out in
Oh.
Butler, Kentucky.
Wow, man.
So you're really
I
a
think I've been
UK
down to
fan.
Butler,
Yeah,
Kentucky
okay.
before.
Wow, 32
Pretty cool.
acres. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Crazy. Yeah, that's great.
That is
Okay.
really awesome.
That's
okay,
amazing.
well,
Good job, Luke.
thank you.
Good job.
Good job, us.
Good job, guys.
us.
Yeah.
Good
We all
job,
deserve
guys.
Good job, Jared, for
Good job,
being here.
Jared.
Jared.
So proud
yeah,
of you,
Jared.
Jared.
Luke.
This or that.
There we had to close
Oh,
it
we had
out.
to close it out. Okay.
Yeah.
Flashback.
Every time that sound plays, I want to do the other one.
I'm getting horror flashbacks.
I know.
From that.
Yeah.
Trauma. So
Trauma.
my therapist is gonna have a field day with that one.
Yeah.
So what happened when you were a kid? Trauma.
Your therapist is going to need a therapist after that.
I'm about to say, I'm about to have nightmares. hearing that.
Yeah, sorry, man. He's going to give the mug back.
All right. Okay. We have to move on.
Trauma.
Especially because I think this is gonna go long because
Uh-oh.
this I don't want this to. But I
Then
know
we'll
it
keep
will.
it short.
We can't.
Yeah, we can.
Not with Grant. We can't.
We
This will not
can.
be kept short.
You
I
have
believe in.
felony
I
flags.
know why
I
this-
believe in Grant.
Here's why this won't be kept short because this is a keep two, cut one.
We're doing this. Yes. I'm so excited.
And guess what the quarterbacks are?
Oh man.
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow.
Oh great, Luke. Why?
Can we give Ravi a shout out first? He's kind of
Yes.
the one that gave us the suggestion.
Shout out to Ravi for
Yes.
giving us his
Ravi.
suggestion.
Ravi gave
Great
us this
job,
topic
Ravi.
suggestion.
Sorry, Rob.
It's a little bit modified.
Just one singular clap and that was it. No applause.
I didn't hit the button
Just
right. My bad.
one. That's
All
that's
right.
how Dad is not appreciative of this segment.
Thank you, Ravi, for the topic
That's
right.
suggestion.
So I'm just gonna give this over to start with Grant because I know that he will take.
You have 30
probably the
seconds,
longest.
G.
I will say 30 seconds is fair.
Okay, starting.
Keep two, cut one. Who's your keeping? Who you're cutting?
I'm obviously keeping Joe Burrow. I think he's the best quarterback in the league, as I've established in previous episodes. I also got to. I think Josh Allen is a incredible talent. However, I think Lamar Jackson is one of very few that have come along into the NFL who have that mobility, but also have that passing capability. I personally think Joe Burrow is the best passer in the league right now. I think he's the most accurate. I think he's shown that he can get it done in the playoffs when he's able to get there with, when he has a semi-competent defense. But he's led the league in multiple stats this year. I think Lamar Jackson has been close to those stats with less interceptions. I think he's a very unique talent. I'm gonna give it to Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Unfortunately, as much as I love Josh Allen, I think he just got beat out in a few of those categories recently, and he hasn't made it past the AFC Championship. Neither is Lamar, but I'm more giving it to Lamar because of his uniqueness as a player.
I would say
So-
Lamar is also Lamar has also won 2 MVPs, but okay, we're getting to that.
Who you going? You go.
3. No.
Keep two,
2.
cut
Sorry.
one. I think this is a difficult one. I think these are very interesting quarterbacks because
Mhm.
none of them have really won in like the playoffs. Like no one's won a Super Bowl. Burrow's made it the farthest, but it's been a while since he did it.
His team's gotten progressively worse.
I
since then,
think
just saying.
Lamar had a great chance this year to really
Mhm.
do something and didn't.
Same
So that knocks him down.
They both did.
Josh Allen, I think similar. I think if we're just going to go straight off of quarterback, I think Joe Burrow, as Grant said, I mean, he proved this year that he's the best quarterback. His stats just show it. He threw for the most yards, most passing touchdowns. There you go. Between Lamar and Josh Allen, I love Josh Allen. I love Lamar. I think Lamar should have won MVP this last year, and I think
I would
just
agree.
stats-wise, I think he should have won it. I love Josh Allen. Again, I don't want to discredit anything that he did this year because he had an amazing year. But I would say I would keep Lamar and Burrow, and then I would cut Josh Allen.
It's tough.
Okay.
This one's tough.
Yeah.
Tough
It
to
is
imagine
tough.
cutting
Because
any
It is
of them.
tough.
Yeah.
man, because I don't want to discredit Joe Burrow at all.
Yeah.
all.
Don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me, Jared.
But
Don't.
but give Lamar or Josh Allen Jamar and T. Higgins.
That is true.
100%.
That is
like,
true. That's actually
100%.
fair. He
And-
makes a good point.
And
Yep.
they
I was thinking this exact same thing.
Ravens and Bills also have 2 decent running backs, and they ran the ball a decent amount. Whereas I feel like the Bengals, like obviously Chase Brown was great, but he was a lot of a pass catcher too. So
That's true. Jared made some really
Jared's breaking
very
my
good
heart
Yeah.
right now,
I'm
dude.
so, like
It's okay.
I don't know.
I still love you,
man.
it's fine.
Okay, so I'm definitely keeping Lamar. Like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
I would
can't
say
cut-
that was my
Okay.
my
Okay.
I can't
Keep
cut
Lamar.
And
Say
dude, I,
Don't
okay,
influence.
Okay,
Don't influence.
Okay, so this is I'm cutting Joe. And
Yes!
here is my only here's my only other thing is the fact that I don't think Josh Allen or Lamar have been hurt either.
Lamar's been hurt a
Lamar
few
has been
times,
hurt.
but
yeah,
oh,
a little
yeah.
bit, but
He's
But
had 2 missed seasons.
I will say that no. Hold
No,
on.
no, 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 no.
You're
missed
wrong.
seasons.
You're wrong.
No, he hasn't missed that much.
He's not missed that much time. Lamar
No.
missed like 4 games like a couple years ago, and that's when they had to put Tyler Huntley in, and then Tyler Huntley almost beat the Bengals in the playoffs.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I do remember
And then
that.
he's
Ravens
missed a couple.
defense that year was
he's
insane.
missed a couple games here and there, but like nothing to what Joe Burrow has consistently missed games, like and missed seasons pretty much.
Yeah.
So I
And with the way that Lamar and Josh Allen, I mean, Joe definitely does put his body on the line for sure. I'm
Well,
not saying
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
but
true.
Josh Allen runs into the
They are-
defense and
How is he
They are both-
alive?
yeah.
because he's a dog.
He's incredible.
I
Yeah.
will say their skill sets are more diverse than Joe Burrow's is. So I think again, I mean, you talk about like passing yards and passing TDs. I mean, you look at like rushing yards, and like if you add that into the total yards
Sure.
of what they're able to accomplish, I mean, it adds up, and it's a very good point. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
I,
is.
I'm.
That hurt a
I
little bit.
agree 100%. Like I'm keeping Lamar and Allen, and I'm cutting Joe for almost the same reasons that Jared said. I was thinking
I'd like
about
to
it too.
Submit my resignation.
No,
for the Sports
like,
F.A.
That's okay.
seriously,
I love Jared. Jared's great.
No,
It's
like
funny because I literally said this to Grant. I was like, I feel like me and Mark always have the same opinions on everything. Whenever I watch the podcast, I'm like, I like him.
Poppy's my favorite
Yeah,
person
well,
in the Sports F.A.M.
because I was saying the exact same thing. I'm like, those guys have done more with less consistently.
You're
I
right.
miss when
You're
I was
right.
thinking the
backed
exact.
me up
No, I was
on
thinking
that
the same
one
thing. I was like,
segment.
you remove Higgins and you remove
Chase.
and you remove those guys, and you give Burrow the same receivers that Allen and Jackson have had for the past 3 or 4 years, and I don't think Burrow has what he has.
You know what? Screw it. I'm changing my opinion.
So-
I would cut Burrow. I think I'm keeping Josh Allen and Lamar.
Yeah.
No, okay.
No, seriously.
I'm dead serious.
No, are you just doing that to
hold
dog
on.
him, or are you
Here's
just doing
why.
like what?
Because I have thought about the wide receiver thing for a while, and I just like didn't come to the forefront of my brain when picking. But again, if you give those guys like the receivers that they have they're not
Yeah.
even like okay.
They have 2 top 10 receivers. I get that. The Bengals.
The Bengals do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 2 top 10 receivers.
And your point is,
but you want me to make a
but-
point right
but-
now?
No, what are you
I
doing?
will make a
But
point.
what?
But what? I'll make a
Say
point. Give Burrow last year. Give Burrow the Ravens defense. Give
Okay,
Burrow.
it's not about-
No.
Give Burrow the offensive line
No,
that
it's
some of
not
these
a-
guys have had.
we're
I mean,
not
he's
asking
a
that.
He's a Super Bowl champion if he has the offensive line
No,
that some
yeah,
of these
hold
guys
on.
have had.
Okay.
say it, Jared. Say it.
But then
Get him,
again,
Jared.
but then again, if you have a better defense, you're not on the field as long. You have less stats because
Yeah, so
you're
your
not.
defense is good.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be
we're
able to
talking.
Yes!
You guys are saying because of their wins, dude.
We should have
Like, if
Jared
we're
on
talking
so
about how
much
they're
long-
winning,
long time
Burrow
ago.
has won with less.
Has
on
he
the
won?
defense.
Has he really?
He's an AFC champion.
Like 5 years ago.
4 years ago, but
Yeah.
yes, I get that.
And-
neither are Lamar and Josh Allen.
And
Hold on.
Think about it. How many MVPs has Joe Burrow won?
none.
Yeah,
God,
I don't-
he's been glossed
I'm not
over.
even listen. I'm not even worried about the MVP thing.
He could have won
I'm
this
just looking
year if
at
their team had a better record.
when I look at durability. I was thinking the same thing when I look at durability. When I think is who's done more with less consistently. I got to go Lamar, and I have to go Allen
Agreed.
because those guys have been in those
I
AFC
think-
Championship games more and had more consistency, even though they haven't made it to the Super Bowl. I get that. That's not to take away from the fact that I think Joe Burrow is
An amazing
an
quarterback.
incredible
Top-
quarterback.
Can we all agree at least that they are the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now?
I don't know if I'd go
I'm
that
just
far.
kidding. I would say Burrow is
I
3
would
for me.
say at minimum these are the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
I would say these are the top 3 quarterbacks.
That makes me feel a little bit better, even though I disagree
That
with
you
some and all
can't.
about
Deshaun
You-
Kaiser is not in the
We're
league
not going
anymore.
Mahomes.
But
He's had a couple
He's-
not so
he's
great
close.
years, dude.
He's a good
But-
winner. Mahomes is a winner.
You guys want to talk? Okay, if you
Mahomes
guys
is
want to
the
talk
best
about like
winner, but-
recent, like Burrow hasn't been anything recently. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been good recently. So then you can't.
Okay,
if you're
hold on.
going to
You
use
might
the
be.
same
I would maybe go those 3. I think I'd be
Jaden
okay.
Daniels
I would
is
be
on the
okay
rise.
with it. I would
Okay.
be like Mahomes like a 3B or a 3A.
The
You
other,
know what I mean?
the other thing
Not
that I
4,
would
but-
say, the other thing I would say, if you give Joe Burrow the team that Josh Allen had this year, their team would not. Their team would have done. I would say the Bengals team was overall a better team than the Bills team, but the Bengals missed the playoffs, and the Bills made the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then
Bengals had a worse defense than Buffalo, dude.
yeah,
They
but
had
I would
Trey
say,
Hendrickson and who else?
but I would say still the wide receiver.
Burrow was
core,
also the most hit quarterback in the league last year.
I don't know. I think that if you change roles, I think that Burrow would not have done as well as Josh Allen did on his team, and I think that Josh Allen would have. I mean, I don't know. I think Josh Allen on the Bengals with T. Higgins and
Oh,
Jamar
dude.
Sure,
Chase
but
would
I would.
be-
But you know what's crazy? I still think they don't win. I don't think their record changes with those 2 quarterback changes. Are you kidding me? With how bad our defense was last year?
Well,
No way.
I'm saying if I'm just saying like my reason is almost identical. Like just durability. I was thinking that, and I think man, the weapons that Burrow has are
Agreed.
just they're elite. They're elite.
they're
There
the
could be
I think
one
they're the best weapons that any quarterback
best
has.
W-
And I would agree,
WR1.
and that's
right.
Yeah.
and Chase and best WR2 and Higgins easily.
Chase even said 1A. So
Yeah.
he doesn't
So-
even call Higgins a wide
And that's
receiver
not
2
that.
anymore.
I mean, and that's not to take away from Burrow. And
no,
this is
their offense
he's got
is loaded.
those guys.
Aside from their line,
But if I
their
gotta-
offense is crazy stacked.
If I got to pick 2 and cut 1, I'm going Jackson. I'm going Allen for the reasons that we shared.
I would say too. I would trust. I have seen Lamar and Josh Allen do things with not a great receiver core. I mean, we haven't
Yep.
seen Joe Burrow be able. I mean, even in college, he had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase in college as his receivers. And again, not to
Yeah.
take away from him, I don't think
Sure.
you can't just put any quarterback in the Bengals offense and then put up the numbers that Burrow
Correct.
has.
No.
But all that to say, I think that I would trust if I'm like starting over. I would trust Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen to be my quarterbacks over Joe Burrow because I know that they can perform with not the most elite of weapons.
My argument with the weapons thing is there have been games Burrow has played without Jamar Chase, and he's played games without T. Higgins, and he's still won those games, and he's still performed in those games. That is my argument. I would also argue the Bengals have brought in nobodies at tight end until Mike Gesicki, and he has made their tight ends perform well enough to get contracts with other teams, and then they don't do well in those other teams. They play better with Burrow throwing the ball. Now, the sad truth of the matter is we're never going to know how, that argument is always going to be there until Burrow plays without Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And frankly, that's a world in Cincinnati I don't want to live in because, frankly, that's their best
And
shot
they're
at
not
winning
gonna
a Super
have that for a
Listen,
while.
Thank goodness.
They
But
just
that
signed
is
those
but that
guys.
is their best shot offensively at winning a Super Bowl is
Yeah.
with that 3. So I don't want to.
Joe Burrow is just the Tom Brady of Kirk Cousins is.
What?
I had a stroke
What?
listening to you say
Yeah.
that. What?
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense.
I kinda
Yeah, Jared
get
gets
it.
it.
I don't know if
He's
he
the Tom
does.
Brady of Kirk Cousins.
I don't know about that.
Burrow is an elite quarterback. I think if
Burrow's
Burrow
definitely better than Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm saying
Yeah,
he's the Tom
no
Brady
kidding.
of Kirk Cousins is.
No,
But how is
no.
Kirk Cousins not the Tom Brady of Kirk Cousins?
Yes,
I didn't think about that. You're right.
Sorry, Kirk Cousins.
not the
and I love Kirk Cousins.
That's such
Dude, that's so great.
I'm
That
gonna
was
clip that 100%. That's
That's
so
good. That's a good though. That's a really good what is it? The segment
Point.
thing. You just
Keep
called
2,
it.
cut 1?
Yeah, there you go.
I'll just
like
die on the hill. I think as a pure passer quarterback, I think at the quarterback position, Burrow's the best quarterback in the NFL, and we're going to disagree on the weapons thing, and that's fine. I'd rather
it's
live.
so close, no matter what.
It is.
It's going to be
Agreed.
close.
I
And frankly,
agree.
I think what happens is if somehow, God, I pray that this happens. If the Bengals win a Super Bowl and Burrow plays just relatively close to what he did this past season,
I think
he will be considered top of that leaderboard.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
But that would happen
Without
with
a doubt.
any of those three.
He's in a
whoever gets a ring, whoever by the end of their era, whoever ends up with the most rings or consistent stats or accomplishments, I think is going to end up at the top of that board.
Yeah.
At least by the general
Yeah.
consensus.
Yeah.
We're going to all have our own opinions on
No
that. but I think-
disrespect to Joe
Love
No.
Joe.
at all. We love Joe Burrow.
Joe, if you would like to
Joe, you're the
discuss
best, man.
why you're the best, please feel free to come on this podcast and explain to us why you're the best quarterback
Yeah,
in the
we're,
NFL.
yeah,
We
I
would
will
gladly
be
have
passed
you.
out,
yeah.
but
That'd
I
be
will
great.
bring my jersey for you to
You just
sign.
won't
I'll
tell
go.
Grant when we're recording, and then we'll see
We'll
that
have to
episode
resuscitate
get
G.
posted.
I would cry,
Burrow
dude.
comes on.
That makes me sound like a creep.
I hope he
pro-
comes on just for that. That'd be hilarious.
That does make me sound like a creep. I'm not a creep. I
Grant would
promise.
be
I'll
like,
be cool. But like, I respect.
So, Mr. Burrow, so when they were drafting the random guy that no one knows about, what were your thoughts on that? Because I thought it was pretty cool. When you throw to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, like, are you guys best friends? Are you guys best friends outside football as well?
I promise I'm not weird,
Yeah.
Joe.
Can I
promise.
be your best friend, Joe?
Now you're creeping me out,
I
Luke.
know,
Mr.
that
Burrow.
voice is scaring me.
I know, no kidding, dude.
I feel like if
That's
you
just
put
how
that
Grant
one
is
like
with
a
Joe.
bunch
That's
of
how
numbers-
Joe would think.
Oh, that's good. Is there
I
any
think
more
if
to
you
that
put
segment?
No, we're done. Now we're going
I
on
thought
to
you were
the
gonna say, is there
final.
any more with Luke just in that
This is
voice?
a final thing to wrap this
Okay.
all up.
Okay, cool.
This is the not like this hasn't already been an interview, but this is our really interview Jared segment,
Ooh.
where we
Okay.
each go around and ask Jared one
Ooh.
question about anything. And I can start.
Okay.
Okay.
I have my question.
That gives me time to think of something.
Okay.
Jared, what is a movie like? What is your favorite movie to recommend to people like that haven't seen it?
Ooh.
Oh man, considering people recommend movies to me because I don't watch movies is movies.
If not a movie, you can even go TV show.
Oh man, TV show.
Because we were talking about that. We were talking about that at
yeah,
dinner
we were
too.
just talking about that. TV show, probably. Oh man, my favorite TV show, probably One Tree Hill.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I remember you talking about this at some
Centered
point,
around basketball and drama. I don't know why I'm a sucker for drama.
So
but
are you a big High School
Yeah.
Musical fan as well?
no, not really. High
One
School
Tree
Musical.
Hill.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never. I don't. Okay.
actually.
Yeah.
It was a pretty popular show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like 90210,
Okay.
and it's kind of like that.
But it's around basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Interesting.
Do you have a favorite genre? This isn't my question. Do you have a favorite movie genre that you prefer? Like drama, comedy?
Or
I like them all. Honestly, comedy might be like close to the bottom for me. Which
Okay.
is, like, might be a hot take.
Okay.
But I would say, oh, man, I like scary movies.
Okay.
Mm.
Anything with like suspense too. I like
Okay.
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, Grant, go.
So the first question that came to my head is, what piece of dating advice would you give?
And we can cut it there.
What is the first piece of dating advice you would give somebody? Just I don't
Yeah.
that
There
just
we
came
go.
to my
That's
head.
good.
I think it'd be I just think it's a fun
Yeah,
question.
that's great.
What's the first piece of dating advice you would give somebody just in general?
Is this to help you on Saturday?
We'll cut that. But
We're not cutting jack
No
squat.
way.
No way.
Man, I would just say be yourself, I guess.
yeah.
Like, because
Wise
I
words
feel
from
like
Jared.
I feel like a lot of people tend to like scale themselves back, you know?
Mhm.
Like, especially when you first meet somebody, you're kind of like, all right, not going to freak them out. But like, what's it matter? Like, you're going to eventually be yourself no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
you know, and you don't
That's
like
good.
mislead somebody to think
True.
you're
Somebody
somebody
that
that
you're
you're not.
Yeah.
So,
True.
Wow.
Good question.
Good advice.
Okay, I have my
Well
question.
said.
You are stranded on an island with these two guys.
Oh no.
Oh, what?
What are you tasking each one of them with
Oh,
to
that's
do
so
on
good.
this
That
island?
is so good.
Okay, so we need shelter and food.
Who do we eat?
Oh man.
Grant's got the most
I
meat on his
tasked
bones.
Luke to cook Grant.
Oh man.
Sorry.
I'm no. I'm not. I can't even say what I thought I was gonna say.
You should say it, I think.
Yeah.
Boiled.
I don't know. I don't think Grant would be that tasty. I don't know. Just
Thank you.
It helps me survive so good.
Yeah.
yeah. I would send Grant to get supplies for our shelter.
Okay.
I don't know how we're going to build that shelter, but
Go get stuff.
Grant lifts, so he can
Yeah.
lift
Yeah,
big
okay.
logs.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
That's good.
All right,
And
I like
I'm more
that.
the hunter-gatherer type.
No.
You definitely are. You've got that dog in you. You're just out there. You're just jumping into the ocean, grabbing fish with your hands. Just
in his mouth. He's just
Yeah.
catching him in his mouth.
I am the bear.
yeah, with the beard you got. You're
Yeah.
turning
Oh, yeah,
into
there
the
you
bear.
Okay.
I actually hear that just for that reason, actually.
I do like it though.
Thank you.
You asked
Yeah.
last episode.
Yeah, it's
Looks
true.
good.
Some positive comments about the beard.
Yeah, everyone has told me they liked it to my face. I don't know if that's actually what they think, but at least they're
Yeah.
being nice to me.
Okay, so Grant's going getting supplies, and Luke is just gonna I don't know,
Fine.
gather supply,
Again, I'm the
Yeah.
hunter-gatherer.
Fish.
you
gather
know?
fish, and
I'm the provider of this family.
Oh, okay.
Breadwinner.
Man, what would I do then? I don't even know what I
You'd,
would
be
do.
the, you'd cook.
I'm the supervisor.
yeah, that's right. You're the
The
manager.
hardest job of all.
He does.
He delegates.
He's got to manage these two guys.
Actually, yeah.
Dude, I know how painful that is.
No, Jared,
That's a
you'd be-
huge job.
Jared, you'd be who I work so hard to provide for. You're who I
Jared
come,
is-
you're
Jared
who I
is the
come home
new-
to every day.
Oh yeah.
Jared is the new king of the island.
That's right, yeah.
What his job is.
Oh man.
I mean, I'll start the fire. I was a Boy Scout, so we.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
There's another thing to add to this insane resume.
He'd be like, no, you build a boat
Why
and
are
ship
you
them
here?
out.
Why aren't you like at NASA or like the White House? The coolest man to ever
The
live.
worst thing that could happen is that he's stranded on an island with you two guys.
He's the guy. He's the guy from the Dos Equis commercials. The most interesting man ever.
That's like, yeah, that's
He's
true.
got
Now
Yeah.
I know. Now I know that like if you can bring anybody on an island with you, who are I'm bringing Jared.
100%.
Whatever athletic ability is necessary.
Dude.
he's
Bear
got
Grylls,
it.
who?
I know.
Bear Grylls would bring Jared to help.
Bear Grylls can't bowl 269.
Bear Grylls is like, man, I really need to knock these coconuts out of a tree, and all I got is this
Call
armadillo.
Jared.
He's
Call
like, I got
Jared.
this. So it just
Yeah.
pulls. That's
Oh, man, that's great.
Okay.
Dude, that's
cool.
amazing.
That was fun. Jared, how was your time on this podcast?
Dude, this was awesome, guys.
Yeah,
This was
Thanks,
awesome.
man. Thank you,
Thank you for
Jared.
coming on.
Yeah, for coming, Jared.
you.
Woo!
We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
all right.
Thanks for having me.
We are.
Absolutely.
I mean this in the most serious way. We are way more honored to have you on
Oh,
this
man.
podcast
Yeah.
now than ever. so.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Thank you for coming.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
dude.
you.
Thank
and
you.
thank you all for watching and listening to this wonderful
Yes.
episode of the Sports F.A.M.
Hey.
podcast. We will see you all in the next
Thanks, guys.
episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment.
Yep.
And yeah, write down some suggestions of topics that we can do for the next episode. So
That's a great idea.
again, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Sports Fam out.